Tonight, Canada Dry, the campaign of ginger ales, presents a series of programs to advertise the new made-to-order Canada Dry, which you can now buy by the glass at drugstores and soda fountains. This series will feature George Olson and his music, Miss Ethel Chute, the star of many Broadway successes, and that suave comedian, dry humorist, and famous master of ceremonies, Jack Benny.
Thank you, Mr. Thorgerson. That's pretty good from a man who doesn't even know me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack Benny talking and making my first appearance on the air professionally. By that I mean I'm finally getting paid, which, of course, will be a great relief to my creditors. I really don't know why I'm here. I'm supposed to be a sort of a master of ceremonies and tell you all the things that will happen, which would happen anyway. I must introduce the different artists who could easily introduce themselves, and also talk about the Canada Dry made to order by the glass, which is a waste of time, as you know all about it. You drink it, like it, and don't want to hear about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, a master of ceremonies is really a fellow who is unemployed and gets paid for it. I think you will like the entertainment arranged for tonight, I hope. Of course, I haven't seen any of the program myself, but I've spoken to the artists individually. They seem to think it's awfully good. The first number will be a selection by George Olson and his orchestra. I think this being our first program together, it is no more than fair that I have you meet Mr. Olson personally. He's really a very charming fellow and one of the few directors who comes to and from his work on roller skates. That's perhaps the silliest thing that I'll say all night, I think. I might add that Mr. Olson is very, very handsome. I told you, George, I'd get that in. But as long as we are both on the air, of course, I won't have to worry about that. Oh, George, come here. I want you to say hello to the folks. Hello, everybody. That was George Olson, ladies and gentlemen. He rehearsed that speech all week. You know, this is really all play with George. He doesn't have to work at all. I might say that Mr. Olson is one of the wealthiest conductors in America. You know what I mean. He owns his own car. Of course, the other boys are in debt, too. George, what kind of a car have you?
A Saxon.
A what?
A Saxon.
A Saxon, huh? Well, it was my fault for bringing it up, that's all. Is it a new one? Is it?
Oh, yes, a very late model.
I see. Well, you must have been in this country a long time now, haven't you, George?
Yeah, say, by the way, Jack, what kind of a car have you?
Me? I have a bicycle built for two. I mean, now, you can't go back any further than that, I think. Well, George, I think we ought to get started. What's the first number?
I beg your pardon, mademoiselle. It's a French number, Jack. Do you like French numbers?
Do I? Mon duck, mon duck. George, that was swell. And I don't know, you look so important directing that orchestra, you know, with the baton in your hand. I don't know, there's something about all you fellas when you stand there waving that stick in the air. It's thrilling, you know. One thing I'd like to know, George, if the band didn't show up, what would you do with that stick?
Why, I'd throw it away and do what you're doing.
Always kidding. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present a young lady who is a star of many New York productions, Miss Ethel Chute. You will remember Miss Chute best in Whoopi playing opposite Eddie Cantor. Is it all right for me to mention Cantor's name here? Everybody else does. Ethel, come over and say hello.
Oh, hello.
Wasn't that clever? Oh, she does a lot of things like that. You'd be surprised. And Miss Chute is going to sing for her. She has a beautiful voice, too. She has a sort of a nervous soprano. You know what I mean? In fact, last week she had her nose lifted so she could be heard in Philadelphia. And, oh, by the way, here's a little news for you. Might interest you. Miss Chute is really Mrs. George Olson. Although I wouldn't go as far as to say that that's the reason she happens to be on this program. Nevertheless, she's Mrs. George Olson. Such a nice girl, too. I'm surprised that she's married to Olson. And now, Miss Chute will sing, I Found $1 Million Baby. I still feel a little Frenchy tonight, Ethel, so it's mon duck to you, too. What a charming couple. And, folks, I forgot to mention that Miss Chute was assisted by Fran Fry. Of course, I'm lucky that I remember anything tonight. But, you know, folks, all the time Miss Chute was singing, I kept thinking of my girl. You know, I get so sentimental. I really have a girl. She lives in Newark, New Jersey. You know, the girl I go with when I'm in Newark? She's not what you'd call good-looking exactly. In fact, she's quite homely, but then she can't stay in the house all the time. I imagine you folks have seen her pictures in different magazines. You know, she poses for the beauty ads titled Before Taking. And she comes from a very fine family, although her father very often partakes of the forbidden beverage. It's all right for me to mention that, as they have no radio. In fact, her father drank everything in the United States and then went up north to drink Canada Dry. Boy, I'm glad I thought of that joke. You know, the one about Canada Dry? I'm really supposed to mention it occasionally. After all, I owe it to my sponsors, and they might be listening in. Seriously, though, do you realize, folks, that if you want to drink Canada Dry, we'll say just a glass, you don't have to buy it in the bottle. You can walk into any drugstore or soda fountain that has that big sign, Canada Dry, made to order, ask for a glass and get it. I know you always have it in your home in bottles, but isn't it nice to know that you don't have to wait until you get home to drink it? Gee, I thought I did that pretty well for a new salesman, eh? I suppose nobody will drink it now. And now, folks, a very stirring number called I Love a Parade, with a vocal refrain by the Messrs. Fran Fry, Bobby Borger, and Bob Wright. That was I Love a Parade, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of a number that grips and thrills you, gives you that great feeling of patriotism, and makes you glad that you're an American. Personally, it didn't bother me very much because I took a nap while the boys were playing it. Now, folks, in case you've forgotten, this is Jack Benny again. You know, the Canada Dry Humorist. Say, I thought that was good. The Canada Dry Humorist. I made that up myself. Huh?
It sounds like it.
That witty retort was by George Olson, ladies and gentlemen, proving again that he is still an orchestra leader. At that, George has a great sense of humor. Say, he told me a story the other day. Do you mind if I tell it, George? I'll give you credit for it, you know. It's really supposed to be true, too. It's about George's uncle, who had been ill for a long time. He had what you call labor poisoning. You know what I mean? He just couldn't stand working. So his doctor finally told him that he would have to get a lot of fresh air, do outside work, but not lift anything heavy. He told him that at no time was he to lift anything heavy. So his uncle got a job as a garbage man in Scotland. Funny, you know, I never heard that one before, but the thing that kills me is Olson telling a Scotch story. I mean, because George, you know, is no centrist himself. In fact, he invited me to dinner the other night, much to his own surprise, and he paid the check with a $5 bill that was in his pocket so long that Lincoln's eyes were bloodshot. That's a fact. However, he will now favor us with that very popular song hit called Paradise. After all, why should his orchestra be an exception?
This is George Olson speaking. By this time, I know you're thoroughly bored listening to Jack our master of ceremonies and his alleged Canada Dry humor and telling you all about made-to-order Canada Dry. We also have a product to sell. It's music. And may we show you now just how we make music.
That was cute, George. I mean, babies will like it anyway, I think. And, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the way these boys make music. Now, if they could only play it. Mr. Olson will now play Come West, Little Girl, Come West. And I'm supposed to sing a chorus of this number. And do you know, folks, that 6 months ago I couldn't sing a note. Really, I could not sing a note. But after taking 3 glasses every day of Canada Dry made-to-order ginger ale, I still am unable to sing and can't even sign a note. So the moral of this is drink that champagne of ginger ale, Canada Dry, and don't worry about signing notes. So for want of a better soloist, Miss Chute will sing, Come West, Little Girl, Come West. I'm going east. Hello, everybody. This is Kate Smith, or Jack Benny talking. You see how nervous I am? I mean, not so much because I'm broadcasting, but I think all my relatives are listening in, and I don't want them to know that I'm working. Although I have an older brother that I'm quite fond of. I mean, we get along great. We sort of share everything together. I mean, what's mine is his, and what's his is his, you know. Although this has absolutely nothing to do with Canada Dry made to order. I keep getting entirely off the subject. But don't forget, folks, that you can walk into your neighborhood drugstore, or any drugstore. I mean, after all, I don't care what drugstore you walk into. I'm just the master of ceremonies here, that's all. I mean, if I'm going to have to worry about things like that, you know, I'll have my hands full. But go into any drugstore and order a glass, mind you. Not a bottle, but a glass of made-to-order Canada Dry ginger ale, and stagger out. Isn't it funny, the things you can buy today in a drugstore? I went in for an aspirin the other day and came out with a new hat. I imagine the next number will be by George Olson. He's about to make his first appearance on this program. In fact, I'm lucky to get in here at all. This is called Drums in My Heart. And boys, try and finish this all together if you can, will you, please? That, ladies and gentlemen, was the last number on our first program on the 2nd of May. Are you sleeping? I hope you'll be with us again Wednesday. In fact, I hope I'll be here Wednesday. George, so we all hope that we'll be here Wednesday. Well, good night then.
All aboard. Away we go. Get that little lady on the train, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Canada Dry has presented Jack Benny, Ethel Toupee, and George Olson and his music. The same group of artists will be with you at this time Wednesday evening. Drums in My Heart from Through the Years was played tonight with the special permission of the copyright owner. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, a half hour of sparkling entertainment by Canada Dry, the champagne of ginger ale. This program stars Jack Benny, the Canada Dry Humorist, and Ted Weems Orchestra. And now, Jack Benny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Not to be outdone by the other programs on the air tonight, I want to wish you all a very happy New Year. And before going any further, I'd like to present to you our first guest star of the evening, who must rush away as he is a day late now. He has graciously consented to say his last few words on the Canada Dry program, and I now take the honor and pleasure in introducing to you that genial old gentleman, Father Time of Times Square. Father Time.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Canada Dry audience, I am Father Time.
He's laughing, folks, but he's worried.
Of course, you know, friends, that yesterday was to have been my last day on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
But owing to a very special request made by our good friend, Mr. Benny, I postponed the occasion until tonight.
That's darn sweet of you, Dad.
Don't mention it, Jack. I just want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that I did the best that I could these past 365 days to bring cheer and happiness into your lives. Of course, I've missed in spots.
I'll say you did, Pop.
But at least I made the effort. And now all I can say is that I wish you all a very happy and prosperous... Oh, I'm getting weaker. You better take the microphone, Jack.
Brace up, old man. Brace up.
Oh.
Paul, quick. Give him some ginger ale right away. Here you are, Father Time. Take a sip of this Canada Dry ginger ale.
Made to order by the glass.
Quiet, Paul. Here you are, Dad. Now, how do you feel?
Hello, everybody. It's 1933 and ready to go.
Another victory for Canada Dry. Hooray. So you're 1933, eh?
Yes.
Say, will you do me one favor, 1933?
What's that?
Please, in this coming year, we don't want to hear any more about Gandhi going on diet.
Okay, Jack.
Hooray! Well, anyway, folks, this is a new year, and we're all happy. But personally, I'm glad that the excitement is over. I really am.
Jack, you talk as though the holidays were a big strain on you. What did Christmas really cost you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Paul, I spent a lot of money. I mean, like a big fool, I bought handkerchiefs for Durante, earmuffs for Gable, and a pair of shoes for Garbo. You know? I mean, that would break anybody. And by the way, Paul, that was a nice combination greeting card you sent me.
Well, it was just a single card, Jack.
Well, I mean the combination of thoughts. You know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Easter greetings. You forgot to mention the 4th of July and Columbus Day.
Jack.
Well, anyway.
Jack, did you make any resolutions this year?
I made one, Mary, and here it is. Resolved that I, Jack Benny, shall during the coming year refrain from smoking, drinking, swearing, and staying up late at night.
Do you really mean that?
I certainly do.
Then you might as well take this crocheting outfit. You'll need it more than I will. You know, Jack, I made some New Year's resolutions, too.
Yeah, what were they, Mary?
Well, I hereby resolve to stop going out with other fellas to make you jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Except Elmo, Red, and Parker.
I see.
Because I think they're swell.
That's nice, Mary. You'll be the lone wolfess.
I'm not going to be narrow-minded, Jack. During the coming year, you can buy all my dinners.
I can. You resolve that, Mary.
Uh-huh.
Well, dissolve it.
See, a girl can't even make a resolution.
No.
Say, Jack, I made a resolution, too.
What is that, Ted?
I hereby resolve during the coming year to stop lending people money. Not because you owe me $5, Jack. Don't get me wrong.
No, sure not. Go right ahead.
I hope
Ted.
I haven't offended you.
No, Ted, but if I don't speak to you for the rest of the year, don't think it's on account of this, you know.
And, Jack,
What?
I made a resolution, too.
Why, Andrea, I don't remember borrowing any money from you.
Oh, I wasn't going to mention that yet.
Oh.
But I resolved to sing more and better songs during the coming year. I thank you.
You're welcome, and she will. That was good, Andrea. Say, Paul, what did you resolve?
That Canada Dry is the champagne of ginger ale, and you'll get a better nickel back on each large bottle.
Huh? Ted, I resolve that you play something before Paul makes any further resolution. That was fine, fellas. Now, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at the close of each year to review the outstanding achievements and personalities of the past year. We are very fortunate tonight in having up here some of the unusual guest stars who have appeared on our Canada Dry program during the year 1932. Of course, you all remember the marvelous tribute paid to Miss Amelia Earhart last summer, following her history-making solo flight to Ireland. Thousands of people lined the street and showered her with ticker tape. And when she picked up the ticker tape and saw how her securities had dropped, she wanted to fly back to Ireland. Well, anyway, with all due credit to our courageous heroine, Miss Earhart, we have with us this evening a young lady who also deserves honorable mention. A lady who not only flew to Ireland, but upon reaching Ireland, immediately swam across the English Channel and got to France just in time to win the Ladies Open Golf Championship. What a flight, what a swim, and what a game. Now, in the golf match, she went around the Paddy de Foie Gras course, making the, I could hardly pronounce that, making the round of 18 holes in 21. 17 holes in one and one birdie. Now, top that, all of you golfers who talk a good game. And now we will have a few words from the champion of champions, Miss Violet Ray. Miss Ray is wearing a beautiful low-cut evening gown and is appearing almost in the flesh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present Violet Ray, which is certainly a treatment. Miss Ray, if you please.
I am very happy to be here tonight. And all I can say is that I owe all my success to Slippery Ellen Bath Soap.
Miss Ray, please.
Oh, I owe all my success to Canada Dry ginger ale sold in large 5-glass bottles.
There you are, folks, and we didn't even ask her.
But you promised me that if I said
now,
Canada Dry...
Miss Ray, tell the folks how you accomplished that wonderful flight across the Atlantic.
Well, I took a pound of ordinary flour, added some water, and stirred it. Then I simply added the yolks of 3 eggs and some sugar.
That's very interesting. And now let me refresh your memory once more. Some of you may remember during the week of August 1st, we had on our program 2 of the world's greatest trained dogs who were awarded the...
Ladies and gentlemen, a half hour of sparkling entertainment by Canada Dry, the champagne of ginger ale. This program stars Jack Benny, the Canada Dry Humorist, and Kiddies Orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the man of the half hour, Jack Benny.
Thanks, Paul. Hello, Scandal Seekers. This is Jack Brisbane Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you again with some very late news reports. And are they late? I'll never order from that man again. Anyway, these news gems come to you through the courtesy of the Morning Grapefruit, the news that's first to reach your eyes. All the late dispatches by wire, telephone, cable, and school tickets.
All right, Jack. Start it.
All right, Paul, don't butt in. This is for our cash customers. All right, let's go. Prosperity note. Hannibal, Missouri. Conditions improving here. Mississippi now running on full time. Washington, D.C. President Hoover spends 2 weeks vacation fishing. He catches an eel, but later finds out it's a shark suffering from the depression. Flounder around with that one, folks. This is Jack Benny talking. London, England. In economy drive, Prince of Wales sells his horse and will take in the falls at Niagara this year. Get it? Moscow, Russia. 5-year plan ends this month. 7-year itch will start immediately. Union Square, New York. Man found beating himself over the head with clubs. When asked why he was doing this, he said he was a red and missed the last meeting. Winfield's Column, New York. Stork seen hanging around Ted Weems' door. What stork? That was a wolf. Oh, pardon me. Venice, Italy. 3 pedestrians cross street against red light and are drowned. Mott Street, Chinatown. War news. 2 Japanese spies found hiding in a dish of chop suey, disguised as mushrooms. Darn clever, these Japs. Delhi, India. Big blaze starts in business section of Delhi, burning down several Delhi confectionery stores. That's local, very local, that. Bombay, India. Mahatma Gandhi puts on a suit of clothes and is mistaken for Kid Chocolate. Erie, Pennsylvania. Eclipse just arrived here. No other news. Glasgow, Scotland. 14 cents collected and big release drive last week. Drive is over and people flocking back to city. Lunchwagon, Ohio. Circus midget commits suicide in restaurant by jumping off a 3-decker sandwich. January 22nd, 1901, Marconi invents wireless. January 22nd, 1933, Marconi hears this program and is sorry he started it. St. Paul, Minnesota, 3 skaters break through thin ice and almost drown. Paul, Minnesota.
I see. You can get a cool drink of Canada Dry ginger ale at Minnesota Fountain.
You fainted, Paul. You fainted. Well, we both had to reach for those. Play, Ted, play. Old papers while cleaning out the closet, and found the manuscript of this masterpiece, which is entitled, let's see, Mary, dust off the title. Here it is. The name of the play is Bertha, the Sewing Machine Girl. Now, this famous old play, with a tear, a laugh, a heartthrob, a few hisses, and no doubt your money back. It was a great success in its day, and I even say as big as Rosie's Irish Race, written by Ann Nichols. Nichols.
And you get 5 cents back on each large Canada Dry.
Well, you couldn't say nickel, could you? You couldn't do that, huh? Now, this play, Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl, was a great success in its day, having had such runs as one consecutive night in Perth Amboy, another night at Asbury Park, and then direct to the storehouse where it ran over a year. The members of the original company have been dead for over 35 years, so we have our own all-star cast this evening, which is as good as the cast in Grand Hotel. We think. Of course, what you think is entirely up to you. We have rehearsed faithfully for 5 minutes and will present it to you immediately without the customary break-in out of town. Now, here are some of the original criticisms when the play had its premiere in 1890. Walter Winston's father. Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl is as fine a play as I've ever looked over a transom at. Ankle over and see it. Ed Sullivan, Sr., Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl will have you in stitches. That wasn't bad. I thought of that myself. George G. Nathan. I saw the play, and as they say in church, to you. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are reviving this play tonight for your pleasure. Remember the title, Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl. And meanwhile, Ted Weems and his boys will play 12th Street Rag, which is very appropriate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our dramatic offering, Bertha the Sewing Machine Girl. Curtain, music, Ted. That's supposed to be a sewing machine, folks. Last week we used it for an automobile.
I'm getting sick and tired of this hard work. All I do is work and toil and slave. This sewing machine is driving me mad. Who is it?
It's the landlord.
Come in.
I'm sorry, Miss Higgins, but I came to tell you that I must foreclose the mortgage.
Oh, can't you wait a little longer? Surely you're not going to drive us out into cold night. What a night.
Hey, a little stronger on the wind, fellas.
What a night.
I've waited long enough. I must have the money in 10 minutes or else I'll foreclose.
Looks like we close at 4.
Remember, 10 minutes. Goodbye.
Oh, what shall I do? Poor old father. He will soon be homeless. It's 3 o'clock and Daddy isn't home yet. Here comes Papa now. Hello, Daddy.
Wait till I come in.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, babe. Pardon me, I'm the father. What are you crying about, Miss Sarah?
Oh, I'm so tired of it all. I work hard all day, cooking and scrubbing and washing and so on and so on.
So on what?
So on buttons.
All right, Mary, cut out the joke. Who is there?
Bring it out.
Hey, Clingy, stay out of this sketch, will you?
All right.
Well, daughter, what have we got for supper tonight?
Some nice roast wolf, Daddy.
Roast wolf. You finally let him in, eh?
I suppose you know that the real estate man was here today.
You tell him we don't want any?
He said he'd give us 10 minutes to pay up or get out.
Triple A program starring Jack Benny and Frank Black's orchestra. And now, Jack Benny.
Hello, optimist. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you again with all the late news events through the courtesy of the Morning Eye Opener, the ice and fears of the world. These late news dispatches come to you by telegraph, cable, mail, female, and wire. The news service that sees all, says all, and sues all. And am I sorry I started this? The world's latest happenings. Let's go, Frank. London, England. American-owned horse wins the Grand National Derby. When asked if he would remain in England, he said, nay, nay. More Derby news. Frank Black had better buy a new hat. That's for the orchestra boys, you know. San Francisco, California. George Bernard Shaw arrives here to plead for wine, beer, and whiskers. During interview, he says he will match his beard against Anheuser-Busch. Attaboy, George. I like that one. That was good, yes, sir? Now, here, Bombay, India. Weather warmer here. Mahatma Gandhi changes from winter to spring clothes. Napkin missing from local restaurants. Funny how that boy keeps himself in the headlines. New York, New York. People here donate funds to present President Roosevelt with swimming pools. They want to keep them wet, eh? Special radio message from mid-ocean. Garbo thinks he come back now and is secretly headed for America. Nobody knows it but the Associated Press. He is traveling on a Swedish boat disguised as a Finn and Hattie. Garbo is signed to meet Clark Gable June the 1st. Hollywood, California. Gable starts training with Strangler Lewis. Walla Walla, Washington. Walla Walla. Conditions improving here, and town is now running on both names.
Jack, can I read one?
Yeah, Mary, go ahead.
Shanghai, China. Jigsaws very popular here. Everybody is riding around in them.
You mean rickshaws. What's that?
Okay.
Winnipeg, Canada. Spring season starts here with 8 feet of snow. Robins seen flying around wearing earmuffs. New York. Groundhog comes out of hole on first day of spring. Listens to our program and goes back in again. Oh, well, you can't please everybody. King Kong, Africa. Missionaries arrive here and find cannibals wilder than ever. Howard, what are they wild about?
They're wild about the new Chevrolet at $445, the only low-price car with a feature no-draft
ventilation. You said it. NBC Studio, New York. Frank Black and his orchestra will play 2 tickets to Georgia. Okay, Frank. Say, Frank, I want to ask you something. You know, after all, I mean, you're a musician. You know music. What do you think? I mean, this is really personal. What do you think of that violin solo I played last Friday on Ladies' Night, you know?
Well, Jack,
Oh, you won't talk, eh?
Well, do you really want me to tell you the truth?
Never mind, Frank. It's a long program. You know, I don't want to go through that. Really,
Oh, Jack.
What is it, Mary? What?
Here's some fan mail you got in answer to your Ladies' Night program last Friday.
Oh, yes. You remember, folks, we had Ladies' Night. Remember last Friday night? We got some very lovely wires and letters regarding that program. Here's one I'd like to read. Here's a wire from the Ladies' Tea Club in Dunk Center, Ohio. It says, we thought your Ladies' Night was a complete failure. We sent our husbands out so we could listen into your program, and we weren't even embarrassed. What happened to the farmer's daughter? She's an old lady now. Here's a letter from Omaha, Nebraska, from a ladies' bridge circle. It says, we heard your program last Friday night. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time. But this Friday, we're going to bed early. Oh, well, you can't please everybody. Oh, here's one from a man in Lunchwagon, Ohio. It says, congratulations on your Ladies' Night. Did I enjoy... My wife and I haven't been separated in 20 years. But on your Ladies' Night, she gave me the night off and $10. And did I enjoy you? Oh, well, you can't please everybody. Thanks, boys. You just heard from the Chevrolet Sextet. And now James Melton, our own Jimmy, 6'2", bless his little heart, will add a little class to this program by singing the popular Irish ballad, Mavis.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome, Jimmy. Say, Jimmy, before you sing, Jimmy, let me ask you one thing. What did you really think? What did you really think of my violin solo last Friday? You know, I can't get anything out of Frank Black. Tell me the truth, Jimmy. What did you really think of it? Huh?
Well, now, Jack, if you must know, I think you're a swell fellow.
Thanks, but my violin solo, Jimmy. You know.
I think you're a gentleman, a scholar. I think you're one of the finest chaps
I know, Jim. Yeah.
You're a fine comedian with a good gift of gas.
But, Jimmy, what did you think of my violin?
That's what I'm coming to. You got personality, magnetism, and a fiddle. But if you can play that fiddle, then my name is Albert Einstein.
Thanks, Albert. Sing, Einstein. What do they know about music? It's not appreciated. Play, Frank. Well, this is great. Yes, sir.
ladies and gentlemen. That was Albert Einstein singing, or Jimmy Melton singing Maybe. The next week he will give you his theory on his relatives. And now tonight, folks, just as we forgot to promise you last week, we are going to offer for the big feature of our program a dramatic play. A play of the gay 90s, not the roaring 40s or the bowering 50s, but the gay 90s, when men wore celluloid collars and girls wore 5-piece bathing suits. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you our version of that famous Mae West picture, She Done 'Em Wrong. She done 'em wrong, and we're going to do 'em right. Now, the action takes place on the Bowery in New York. The Bowery in those days was equivalent to a punch in the nose, a stolen watch, or both. You have no doubt seen this picture in which Mae West plays the part of a lady known as Lou. Lou was a nice girl, and every man who fell in love with her gave her a diamond. She had 13 sweethearts, which gave her a grand slam in diamonds. Now, the members of our program will play the parts in this show, and Howard Claney will play the parts of the Chevrolet. That you can be sure of. Mary Livingston will take the part of Lou, while I, Jack Benny, the daddy mod of the air, will play the part of Cummings, the mission worker. Our supporting cast includes Mr. Ralph Ash, who will assume the role of Spider, the bartender. Mr. Ash has had many years of stage experience, having been 20 years with the old homestead, 30 years with Havy's Irish Rose, and he will be back in the old homestead after tonight's performance. Our little play will go on immediately after the next number, so pick out a good seat close to your radio. First come, first served. And now Frank Black will play a brand new number called The Grass is Getting Greener All the Time. And who do you think is going to sing the chorus? Give up? Mary Livingston. Are you nervous, Mary?
Uh-huh.
Really? This is the first time you know she'll ever be heard in song over the air. If she ever was heard, rather. Mary, what gives you the courage to sing? Huh?
I heard you play the violin last week.
Yes. What repartee? Play, Frank. That was fine, Mary. That was swell. Were you nervous? Did you hear it, Ma? I bet Babe is jealous. That was fine, Mary. Oh, Mary.
Miss Livingston to you.
Oh, I see. That's the way they are when they get up in the world. Well, now for our play. We've done him right. The opening scene takes place in Spider Webb's bar room on the Bowery in the year 1898. You ready, boys? Everything set? All right, Frank, a little curtain. Hey, wait a minute, Frank. Wait, this is a Mae West play. Wait a minute. Oh, take it again.
Come on, boys. Step up to the bar and have one on the house. What's it going to be?
One vanilla punch.
I'll have a tutti frutti with a fudge chaser.
One tutti coming up. Make mine a banana split straight. Drunkards, all of them. Yea, and verily. Just a lot of forgotten souls. But they can be saved.
I never did like that snooper. The less I see of them around this joint, the better I like it.
Who's he, Spider?
Why, that's Cummings, the guy that runs the mission next door.
Oh, yeah? Well, give me another pineapple crutch. And make mine a beer.
Not till April 7th.
The scene now changes to Miss Lou's dressing room on the 3rd floor.
Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts. Da-da-da-dee-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum-dum-dee-dum.
Hello. Says we? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to speak to Miss Lou? Yes, sir. She's here. Just a minute. I'll call her.
Who is it, Belinda?
It's that Mr. Cummins from the mission. He wants to speak to you all.
Oh, that mission guy, eh? It's about time he called. Hello, dark and handsome. So you finally decided to call me, eh? Well, what's on your mind, big boy? Listen, hon, why don't you come up sometime? I say, why don't you come up sometime? You'll be right over? Okay, sugar. So long. Well, Belinda, take that bucket and bring me my diamond.
Miss Lou, you sure is like the Northwest Mountains. You always get your man.
Why, Belinda, you have your boyfriends too, haven't you?
Just Amos and Andy.
How about Tinker?
Sure enough, this is Friday.
Did I write that line?
Who is it? I think it's Spider, Miss Lou. I must ask why. Ouch.
That was me, folks. Mary, stick to your character.
Hello, Lou.
Oh, it's you, Spider.
Listen, Lou, I just heard some bad news.
Spill it.
Your old sweetheart, Chick Anderson, just broke out of the pen, and he's coming here to get you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he's plenty sore. You should have gone up to see him, Lou.
So Chick flew the coop, eh?
Yeah, Chick flew the coop.
And the six-cylinder Coupe Chevrolet for $445 is the best buy on the market today.
Howard, this play is bad enough. Stay out of it, will you, please?
I'm just tipping you off to be careful, Lou. Now, let me tell you another thing. There's something screwy about that missionary guy Cummings.
What do you mean?
I mean this. He ain't no missionary guy at all. He's a new chick around here they call the Hawk.
The Hawk? How do you know?
I saw the picture.
I was with him, folks. He's right. I was with him. We saw the picture.
So that's the Hawk, eh? Well, leave him to me, Spider, and I'll scram. So that missionary guy is the Hawk, eh? Oh, well, he can be a pain. Cylinder, you can go if you want to.
Thank you, Miss Lou, because I've got to take my little brother to the doctor. He ain't feeling so good.
What's the matter? Is he six-cylinder?
Yes, and the Chevrolet is the best six-cylinder car in the low-price field.
Thanks, Cylindra. Here's your $1.
Hey, if you need me next week, I can do wireless, too.
Beat it, will you, please?
I wonder what's keeping that guy coming. Where can it be?
I'm coming. I'm coming. My head am bended low.
Come in.
Wait till I knock on the door.
Oh. Come in. Hello, dark and handsome.
Hello, sweet and careless.
Sit down, big boy. I was afraid you weren't coming up. How'd you get away from the mission?
I was missing you, Lou. I tried to stay away, but I couldn't.
Oh, yeah?
It's the truth, Lou. I can't sleep. I don't eat. I can't think. I keep trying to forget you, Lou, but I can't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're beautiful, Lou. Your hair is like the golden sunshine. Your eyes shine like the diamonds on your wrist. And your teeth are like pearls. Of course, pearls' teeth are no bargain either, you know. Kiss me, Lou. Kiss me.
Take it easy, Flatfoot. Now get this and get this straight. You ain't putting nothing over on me. You ain't bringing me bracelets. You're bringing me handcuffs. And they ain't no good to me because I sing with gestures.
Well, I'm just your gigolo. Gesture gigolo. Me singing, folks.
I'm wise to you, big boy. You're the Hawk.
Yes, I'm the Hawk.
Well, then Hawk these diamonds. I gotta get out of town before Chick gets here.
Who is that?
Lou. Chick is on his way up here, and he's toting a gun. You better beat it.
You better get out of here, Cummings, because Chick hates me, too. He'll kill both of us.
No, Lou, no, I can't leave you alone. I'm going to stay here and protect you.
Don't worry about me. I can handle him. Quick, hide in that closet.
All right. Goodbye, Lou.
So long, handsome. Come up again sometime.
I'm in Lou's closet now, folks.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Frank Black, what are you doing here?
Well, believe it or not, Chick hates me, too.
Oh, Mavis, the birds are for...
Jimmy Melton, what are you doing here?
I'm Lou's singing teacher, and Chick hates me, too.
My goodness, Chick hates all of us.
But he can't hate the Chevrolet 6, the most dependable car on the road. Hooray!
And next week, folks, from May West to East Lynn, a play of the South.
The Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. And now, Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news events through the courtesy of the Friday Evening Poll. All the news that's print to fit, or flip to print, or fit to flip.
The news that gets in your hair and comes to you by hair mail, telegraph, Gable, Beery, and Crawford. This is the April of Time talking.
You mean the march of time?
This is April, Mary.
Okay.
All right, Frank, let's go. London, England, April 19th. George Bernard Shaw lands here today, and 2 stowaways leap from his beard. When asked what they were doing in Shaw's beard, they said, believe it or not, we're working on reforestation. You know, folks, taking out the old roots. Oh, well. 50, New York. Smith brothers say they will sue Bernard Shaw for copyright infringement and make him cough up. Mr. Benny, huh? Weekly report from Bombay, India. Mahatma Gandhi missing 4 days and found disguised as a chocolate Easter egg.
April 19th. Baseball season starts here with a bang. Pitcher throws first ball into government building, putting 3 officials out. 2 hits, 5 runs, and President seen looking at timetable. Nome, Alaska, April 20th. Cuban president arrives here safely. Local baseball news, Benton Harbor, Michigan. Barber's College, trim house of David team. Score 6-5 or 7-5 with hair time. Shanghai, China. Baseball season opens here at Clue. First game held at Yangtze Stadium. Yankees beat 1 White Sox. Babe Ruth stocky home run. Glasgow, Scotland. Jigsaw craze rapidly catching on here. Local stores selling 1-piece jigsaw puzzles. Hollywood, California. Greta Garbo arrived here today. When informed of new salary cuts, she laid off 3 chiropodists. Cannes, France. A little late with that laugh, fellas, huh? Cannes, former mayor James J. Walker of New York wed Betty Thompson, musical comedy star. Jimmy writes new song entitled, Will You Love Me in December as You Did in France? They will occupy a villa on the Riviera.
Oh, Jack.
What?
I know a song about Riviera.
What is it?
Riviera here, peace goes 3, 3, 3, out.
Rome, Italy. Italian aviator breaks airplane record by flying at the rate of 7 miles in 1 minute.
What time's it, Jack?
A man following him in a Chevrolet.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Howard. I got that one in, didn't I, huh? Yes, sir. Washington, D.C. President Roosevelt takes country off the gold standard. 3 goldfish turn gray overnight. But there's nothing to worry about, folks. It merely means that the money is being equalized all over the world. For instance, the French franc is now worth 4.5 cents, but the Coney Island franc is still a nickel. The German mark gained 1 point, while the 4 Marx brothers dropped 2 and are now on the air as a team. Now, the Swiss franc, if you care for combination sandwiches, has gained 90 pounds and is now 21 cents. But if you prefer a plain Swiss, it'll be 10 cents as usual. Of course, this condition will mean inflation. So the English pound will be $3.89, Sophie Tucker will be $2.65, and Paul Whiteman will be back to $2.90.
But the Chevrolet still remains $4.45, making it the best buy ever offered to the public.
You said it, Howard. Play, editor, play. I was speaking of the devil, played by Frank Black and his devil-may-care laddies. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to step away from our regular program for just a moment and do something that really takes a lot of nerve. And this is on the level. In fact, I don't know whether I'm going to get away with it or not. But I had dinner this evening with a very dear friend of mine whom you all know, and I promised him that if he came up here to our broadcast tonight, I would not call on him, but the temptation is too great. Really, I can't resist it. So I'm going to ask this gentleman just to say hello to you, if he will. And anyway, it is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you the famous star of stage and screen, Mr. Edward G. Robinson. Oh, come on, Eddie. Now, wait a minute. Just for a second, you know. Mighty nice. You nervous? You nervous?
Back on your word. All right, Jack, but you lied to me.
I know. I couldn't help it, Eddie, really.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is as much of a surprise to me as I know it must be to you. Nevertheless, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to say hello to my friends and to thank them for their good wishes on my having become a father.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Say, Eddie. Huh? Say, Eddie, listen.
Eddie, why didn't you bring the kid along up here? You should have done that, you know.
Oh, no, Jack. I'm bringing that boy up right.
Yeah, right.
And that little nursery of mine, I
Yes.
set up a shooting gallery.
Oh, I see.
And this is his hour for target practice.
Oh, already? I see. You're starting that already. Well, look at Eddie. Eddie, one thing you say, I want to ask, I know you're dying to sit down, but I want to ask you one thing. What character, I really want to know this, I know a lot of people do, what character do you like best to play on the screen?
Well, now, I'll tell you, Jack.
What?
You ought to see this kid of mine.
I know.
No, really. He gets up every morning.
I know, Eddie,
whimpering
really. I
on.
appreciate that, Eddie, yes. But what I meant to ask you, I mean, what character do you like to play on the screen?
Well, Jack, and is this kid bright? Really? Not because he's mine, but everybody that comes in contact with him will tell you the same thing.
I know.
You know, he spoke his first word yesterday.
Really? What did he...
And what do you think he said?
What?
Gaga.
No kidding. Huh? Really? Gaga? No kidding. I can't, huh?
Yeah, I
What?
know it sounds silly. It isn't the word, just Gaga, but it's the thought that he puts
I
behind
know what I... Yes, well, yes, I can see that. There must be a very sweet thought connected with Gaga. Yes, I can see that, yes.
The essence of it.
I know, but look at Eddie. Oh, you're ad-libbing, eh? Now, look at Eddie. No, wait a minute. No, really, but I'm serious about this. What character do you like to play on the screen?
What character? That kid can play any character.
I know, Eddie. Well, I got into this.
Well, I'll
listen.
tell you, Jack,
What?
if you're going to pin me down to that,
What?
there's no character I'd rather play in the part of a father.
Well, I don't blame you, Eddie, and thanks very, very much. It's
Thank you.
mighty sweet of you to come up here. Now, really, that was swell. Eddie, I want to tell you, really, this is the finest tribute that I've ever had taken. I really mean it.
Jack. Jack, was that Eddie G. Robinson, the movie star?
Yes, Mary.
Oh, I think he's swell. You know, I saw him in a Shakespearean picture, Julius Caesar.
Mary, you mean Little Caesar. Little Caesar.
Oh, no wonder Cleopatra wasn't in it.
Sit down, will you, Mary, please?
Say, Jack. Oh, Jack, weren't you in Hollywood, too?
Oh, sure, Frank. I was there 2 years. You know, I made about 15, about 17 screen tests. Yes, I did. There were...
Well, didn't I see you in the Grand Hotel?
Yeah, but don't say anything. I was supposed to be at a meeting that night. You know what I mean? But Frank, I really did make a few feature pictures. Now, I was in one called The Hollywood Review, then I made in a couple of others, too.
What? I never hear you talk about it.
Well, I'm modest, you know.
And I don't talk about it either.
Well, they're modest, too, Frank. But, really, I had an offer, Frank, to go back to Hollywood recently. They want me to work with Tom Mix on a sort of team up with him,
Team up with Tom Mix. What's the matter? Is Tony sick?
Frank. Oh, God. Frank, professional courtesy. You know what I mean?
Jack.
What?
The Mickey Mouse's new picture. Maybe you could play that.
Folks, the way we get by with these moving picture jokes is a cinema. Oh, Mr. Benny, please, I'm apologizing. Well, I must not tarry any longer. Now we're going to have a song by your old friend Jimmy. James Melton will sing L'amour, toujours l'amour. Is that it?
No.
By Rudolph Grimmo. Say, Jimmy, that's a little French number, isn't it?
Yes, Jack. You don't speak French, do you?
Oui, Chevrolet Coupé.
That's not French.
I know, but it's time to mention our product. Play, Frank, play. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another big surprise for you. This evening, we are going to present that great heart-throbbing drama, the play that made your parents weep and your grandparents cry. That old masterpiece, Why Gals Leave Home. Now, we don't guarantee to make you cry tonight, but you will at least be sore. And as we cannot hand out programs, I will announce the cast. The part of Nell Weathersby, the daughter, will be played by Mary Livingston. Felicia, the mother, by Blanche Stewart. Mr. Zeke Melton will appear as the lover. Pete Claney, the villain, while I, Jack Lewis Stone Benny, the father. Now, the first scene is in the old homestead, a garden in the front, a garage in the back, and 2 letters from the landlord on the stoop. And now for our play, Why Gals Leave Home. The first scene is in the kitchen of the Weathersby house. Wait till I get my wig on, folks. Mary, did you see my wig anyplace?
Yes, Jack. It walked away.
Well, never mind. Places, everybody. Music, Frank. Curtain.
telephone is ringing, Lemuel.
Well, let it ring. It always does at the start of our plays, and I'm getting sick of it.
Oh, Lemuel, do you know what day this is?
Yes, Alicia, it's our anniversary. Our 20th anniversary. I think I'll go out and kill a chicken.
Well, why blame the poor chicken?
Oh, I see. Well, I was just thinking. Alicia, our daughter Nell is getting nigh on to 18, and she's still hanging around the old homestead. Why don't that gal get out like other gals do and forget us old folks?
Well, Nell loves her home, and she has no reason to leave here. And besides, what could she do out in the world by herself?
Well, she could go to the big city. A gal like her could always scrape up a glass of beer. And if she plays her cards right, maybe a pretzel, too.
Well, I don't think she cares for pretzels.
Oh.
Besides, I spoke to her, and she won't leave home.
That's because you don't know why gals leave home. And she's getting at that age now where we got to tell her. Here she comes now. I'll speak to her.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
When they close all the nightclubs, there's no place like home. Oh, Nell?
Yes,
Nell.
Daddy?
What you doing?
Well, I just chopped some wood, and I'm going to scrub the floors and then go out and paint the old barn. Gee, I love this place.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, I guess it's our fault. Sit down, Nell. We'll have a bite of dinner, then I want to talk to you.
What are we going to have for dinner, Daddy?
Oh, just some jigsaw lunch. Mother's putting the pieces of meat together now.
I just love hash.
Who's that?
Must be the landlord.
Well, tell him we don't want any.
Oh, Jack, just another thing I forgot to tell you about my baby.
Oh, Mr. Robinson, wait a minute. Listen, Mr. Robinson, please, we're acting. We're acting. We're acting.
Oh, well, I couldn't tell.
Oh, yes, I Hello? Hello? It's for you, Nell. It's that Zeke Melton. He's been calling you twice a year. I think he's stuck on you.
Hello. Oh, hello, Broken Hanson. Why don't you come up sometime?
Nell.
What's that? No, Zeke. I can never marry you. Never. Besides, I have to ask Father. Oh, Daddy, Zeke wants me to marry him.
Well, it's all right with me, gal. He's a nice boy.
Father said no, Zeke. What's that? You're coming right over? All right, goodbye.
Hey, what's the matter with you, Nell, anyway? Why don't you marry Zeke?
Because I'm Zeke and tired of him.
Oh, why don't I give myself those jokes?
Besides, I love this home, and I'll never leave.
Well, you might as well, because we'll all be thrown out next month. Oh, I see. Ian seems to be glad of that. Come in.
Hi there, folks.
Hello, Zeke. Got here quick. Sit down and have a bite of dinner with us.
No, sirree, I ate here once, got sick as a dog, too.
Yeah. Well, I noticed the resemblance. What's on your mind, Zeke?
Well, Mr. Weatherby, I'll tell you. I come here to ask for your daughter's hand.
Yeah?
I love Nell, and I want to marry her.
Yeah?
Now, do I get her, or do I not?
Well, take her, Zeke, and good luck to you.
Uh-huh, so you're going to stand in the way, eh? Well, I'm going to fight till I get it.
Say, Jimmy, are you reading the wrong lines?
Lines or no lines, I love Nell.
But Zeke.
Now, listen, Nell. We'll have to elope. Be ready at 9 o'clock tonight, and I'll come to your window with a ladder.
You're supposed to whisper that.
Oh. Remember, 9 o'clock tonight.
Hey, you better make that 10. I go to bed at 9.
Okay. That's all right. Goodbye, Nell.
Huh. I'd rather marry Dracula than that Zeke Melton.
Well, you can't expect to get one of those movie stars, huh? You better go to bed now.
We now go into scene 2 at the window of Nell's room. It is 10 o'clock and pitch dark.
Oh, now.
Is that you, Zeke Melton?
No, it's me. I'm flat. Zeke couldn't come tonight.
Did you bring your orchestra, Frank? Where are you?
I'm up here on the ladder. Hurry up. We've got to get away.
No, I can't leave home. I won't leave. Besides, you have to ask Father.
Where is your father?
I'm down here holding the ladder. Better hurry up now before Frank changes his mind. You know Zeke did.
Yes, Nell. Come away with me, and I'll make you happy.
No, 1,000 times no.
Better make that 200. It's a short program.
I can never marry you, Frank Black.
All right, then. Farewell. Farewell, cruel world.
What are you going to do, Frank? Kill yourself?
No, I'm going to kill Zeke. It's his gal.
Yeah. Looks like I'll never get rid of that daughter of mine. Who's that?
It's me, Pete Claney.
Hello, Pete. What are you doing here this time of night?
I love your daughter and I want to marry her.
You too? Hey, Frank, get off the ladder and make room for Pete. Be careful there, Pete. Don't fall.
Nell.
Who is it this time?
It's me, Pete Claney. I've come to take you away from here.
No, Pete, I shall never leave home unless I have a good reason.
For heaven's sake, Pete, give her a reason.
I love you, Nell. Isn't that enough?
No, love isn't everything.
Give her another reason, Pete.
I have money, loads and loads of it.
Pete, if she turns you down this time, I'll marry you.
I don't care for money.
That's only in the play, folks.
And another thing, Nell. I have a car.
What kind of a car?
Here it comes, folks. Here it comes.
A Chevrolet, the most dependable car in the low-price field.
Chevrolet, that's what I've been waiting to hear. Goodbye, Daddy, goodbye. I'm going with Pete.
Another victory for Chevrolet, the reason why gals leave home. Goodbye, now. That was Why Gals Leave Home. And next week we will play Why Gals Come Back.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. And now, Jack Benny. Hello, some more. This is your New York correspondent, Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news reports with the courtesy of the Weekly Watch. The news that brings out all the dirt. Okay, Frank, let's go. Thank you. Chicago, Illinois. World's Fair gets off to a good start with many notables arriving daily to represent their respective countries. Sam Insull will represent Greece. Jimmy Walker will represent France. And Black's orchestra will represent Russia. Scotland sends Harry Lauder, C.O.D.
Jack, another wire just came.
All right, what is it, Mary? Quick.
World's Fair, Chicago. Molly and Dietrich just arrived representing Pennsylvania.
Mary, go away, will you, please? Bombay, India. More Gandhi news. Mahatma Gandhi finished his 21-day fast and is now wearing a cigar band. When last seen, he was mistaken for a Panatella. Babylon, Long Island. Man and wife discovered here with 16 children. Stork found dead on stoop. Overworked day, you know. Special cable dispatch. Frank Buck and Jimmy Walker will sail for America shortly. Buck will bring them back alive, and Walker will bring them back a wife. Glasgow, Scotland. Harry Lauder also sailing for America. Local citizens give him big blowout by putting tack in his rear tire. Pretty good for Scotland. And now, folks, we have also added a want ad column to our paper as we cannot exist on circulation alone. So take down these addresses if you are interested. Traveling salesman wanted. Must be familiar with traveling, salesmanship, farmers, and farmers' daughters. Address Box 482, this paper. Wanted 30 chorus girls. Apply Minsky Theater, New York. Wanted 3 more chorus girls. Apply to Melton, Black, and Benny. Got you in on this, Frankie. For sale, baby grand piano by lady with electric attachment. What's that? Girls wanted to knit sweaters for Katz, Broomberg, and Riley. The boys must be told. Woman 55 will trade a Pekingese dog and a canary for slightly used husband. Realizes mistake. Address RFD 4, Pump Handle, Ohio. Female help wanted. Good secretary. If good looking, don't have to be so good.
Jack, can I read one now?
Go ahead, Mary.
Wanted. Good master of ceremony for Chevrolet program.
Graham. Wanted. Howard Claney to say something about Chevrolet.
Oh, yes. You'll find that Chevrolet saves you on oil, gas...
Play, Frank. Don't wait for this. Play. Don't wait. Play, Frank. Thank you, Mr. Black. Thank you. That was My Darling from the Vanities, played by Frank Black and his orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen... We continue with our penthouse murder that was started last Friday. You all remember our terrible murder mystery last week? Well, it's terrible this week, too. Who killed Mr. X? You remember, folks? Mr. X was killed in his penthouse a week ago tonight between 8 o'clock and the bathroom. And the only clue found was a hot dog running away from a stand in Coney Island. You may also remember that during the trial, we were unable to place the guilt where it belonged. Garbo had to go home, Mae West had a date, and the other prisoners were not interested. So it still remains a horrible, unsolved mystery. Who killed Mr. X? I said, who killed Mr. X?
Oh, pardon me.
Yes. Watch those cues. Now, what could have been the motive for this crime? Let us analyze it. Mr. X was the landlord of 3 apartment houses, so you see he had no enemies. He lost every cent in the market, his wife was pressing him for back alimony, and he had incurable rheumatism, so there was no reason for suicide. Now, what was it?
How old was he, Jack?
95.
Then he did not die of old age.
Neither will you, Mary.
What did he have to suffer the night of the crime?
Liver.
Then it couldn't have been a heart attack.
No, Mary, it couldn't. A pipe was pulled out of his mouth, and he was examined carefully.
What kind of a pipe?
A gas pipe.
Oh, well, a little gas never hurt anyone.
I know. Well, anyway, folks, we've had 2 detectives working on this case. Detective Nelson. Detective Nelson, you've been out on this case a week.
Yes, sir.
What have you found?
I found a place where you can get a sandwich and a glass of beer for a nickel.
Mary, take down the address, but that doesn't help solve the mystery. Detective Claney, what did you find?
I find that every minute of the day someone buys a Chevrolet.
Well, now we're getting someplace. After all, that's what we're here for. Did you find anything else, Claney?
Yes, but the Chevrolet has the Fisher no-drop ventilation.
That's great. Now all we have to find out is who killed Mr. X.
Jack, why not put it in the hands of Sherlock Holmes, who understands crime?
You're right, Mary. We'll get Sherlock Holmes, the man who sees all, knows all, and plays the fiddle.
Hey, Jack, wait a minute.
Yes, Jimmy?
I hate to interrupt your mystery, but do you mind if I sing my song now?
Oh, no, pardon me, Jimmy. Go right ahead. What are you going to sing, huh?
Franz Lehar's Serenade.
I know that, Jimmy. I just couldn't pronounce it. Play, Frank, please.
That was the Fastidious Serenade, sung by James Melton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with our mystery and take you to the residence of Sherlock Holmes.
A 7:15. Only 1 more hour until 7:15.
And just an hour ago, it was 6:15.
What a strange world. Answer that, Mary. I'm not in.
Hello. You want to speak to Sherlock Holmes? Yes, this is Sherlock Holmes, but Sherlock isn't home. He's working on a case right now. Yes, he's on his last bottle.
What is it, Mary?
It's about that penthouse murder of Mr. X. They want you to start working on it at once.
Oh, yes. I was expecting that case. Tell him I'll take it.
Hello. Mr. Holmes just came in and said he'll take the case. Tell Mr. X not to worry. Goodbye.
Mary, call in Dr. Boston. We have work ahead of us.
Mr. Sherlock, I hate to ask you this, but can I draw 5 shillings to payday?
That's elementary, Mary.
I get it, Sherlock.
Sherlock to you. Call Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson, the boss wants you.
Okay, I'm coming.
Well, Sherlock, what's new?
Watson, we have much work ahead of us. By the way, you've been eating herring. Is that right?
Sure. But tell me, Sherlock, how did you know it?
That's elementary, Watson. Besides, I can smell it.
Sherlock, you're a genius.
Watson, you're a litbot. Watson, you're really supposed to be an Englishman.
Well, I say, Mr. Holmes, I'll try,
I like the other dialect better.
All right. What do you want?
Watson, we have a strange mystery to solve. Mr. X was killed in his penthouse, and we start working on the case today.
All right, but before we start, why don't you eat something? You're always working. Now, I just made some nice homemade soup.
What kind of soup?
I made some chicken, vegetable, and noodles. Which do you want?
Quick, Watson, the noodle. We leave, Watson. We leave for the Empire State Building in 10 minutes. The Empire State Building. Pack your bag and hand me my violin. I've got a lot of thinking to do. I must think.
They laughed when he picked up his violin, but when he started to play, they screamed.
Quiet, Mary. Quiet. I must think. Come, Watson. A thought just struck me. We must get to the Empire State Building in a jiffy.
Why in a jiffy? My Chevrolet will get us there just as sweet.
And much safer.
At times, Watson, you show signs of intelligence.
You have just heard what these two famous detectives have said about the Chevrolet. It is quick, safe, and dependable.
That's elementary, Claney, and get out of my study. Come, Watson, we must hurry. And by midnight, we will find the murderer of Mr. X.
Sherlock, you're uncanny.
Watson, you're nuts. Come.
And now we take you to the lobby of the Empire State Building, where we meet Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Tell me, Sherlock, why did we come here to the Empire State Building? What has this got to do with the murder of Mr. Hex?
Watson, I'm surprised at you. While playing the violin, I made the following deduction. Mr. X was killed by some gorilla here in New York. Do you follow me? A gorilla was seen climbing up the Empire State Building with a girl in the palm of his hand. And is at present on the tower.
How do you know?
I saw the picture. Now, if he could climb up a building the size of the Empire State, why couldn't he have climbed up that penthouse and killed Mr. X?
You mean the gorilla is King Kong?
Of course. Who else is covered with hair like that?
George Bernard Shaw.
Well, he didn't do it. Well, here's the elevator.
What floor, Captain?
We want to go to the tower.
That's the 102nd floor, boss.
Yes, I know that. When will we arrive?
Sunday night, sir.
You know, Sherlock, that elevator boy looks very suspicious and very friendly, too.
I think so. What's your name, son?
My name's Jim Milton, sir.
Oh, sure, Jimmy. He's our tenor, Watson. Say, Jimmy, I hate to ask you this, but did you kill Mr. X?
No, sir, Captain. I didn't kill him. I was a lady killer.
Quick, Watson, the needle.
Ow!
And cut out those jokes. Well, we have 2 days in this elevator. 2 days. I must keep my mind occupied. Hand me my saxophone.
That was Stormy Weather, brought to you through the courtesy of the Chevrolet Motor Company. 102nd floor, all out.
Sunday got here quick. Now be careful, Watson, and very quiet. Very quiet. Please follow me around the edge of the roof. We must use our wits and trap him. This fellow King Kong is the biggest creature you have ever seen. He eats elephants like you eat salami.
With mustard?
That's elementary, Watson. Come, follow me. The drummer just dropped the cymbal. Frank, keep the boys quiet, will you? Just a moment. Watson, don't move.
It's so dark up here. Why didn't we come up here in the daytime?
Quiet. Go ahead. I'm right behind you.
I'd sooner be behind you.
Watson, look. Look carefully. Carefully. You see that figure standing there in the doorway?
Yes.
Look. Somebody is handing him some money.
Oh, that's Al Smith. He runs this building and he's collecting the rent. Hello, Al.
You're wrong again, Watson.
Hey, what is that, Sherlock?
That's King Kong. He's here, all right. Keep down, Watson. He mustn't see us.
Be careful, Sherlock. I think he sees us.
Grab him, Watson, and don't let him get away.
Thank you. Look, he's got the girl right in the palm of his hand. It looks like Mary Livingstone.
Wait. It is Mary. Mary, what are you doing there with King Kong?
There's something in his eyes that makes me realize he got me in the palm of his hand. The thrill of his caress.
Mary, we must rescue Mary from that roof. I'm not afraid of him. Hey, King Kong. What's the idea of climbing buildings and carrying women with you?
Well, it's always a sport, and I just love the fresh air.
Is that King Kong? I'll get him.
Wait, Watson. It may be a trick. Now, look here, Kong. You've been climbing buildings, dragging people out of their beds and murdering them. Did you climb up to the penthouse on Park Avenue and kill Mr. X?
No.
You lie. You did murder Mr. X. Why, you're big enough to eat him alive.
Well, I did have eggs for breakfast this morning.
Then you admit that you killed him.
No.
Take him away, Watson.
Goodbye, Mary. I'm sorry. I can't play with you anymore.
Goodbye, Paul and Harry. Come up again sometime.
Well, it didn't take us long to get him, did it, Watson?
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's me, the voice of the shadow.
What do you want?
You think you've got the murderer, eh? Well, King Kong did not kill Mr. X.
Then who did?
Mr. X was killed
Ladies and gentlemen, this mystery will be continued next Friday night.
But there's no mystery about the Chevrolet motor car. It's the best buy in America today and the nation's choice.
Play, Frank.
Well, folks, this concludes our program for tonight. Be sure and listen in next Friday. Try and figure out for yourself who killed Mr. X.
Mary, hand me my violin. I must sing. Good night, folks. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra.
And now, Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news events, and tonight we have a big surprise for you. We are going to give you a full description of the smelling bear fight which was not broadcast last night. We have here our own film of this famous fight held at the Yankee Stadium, where the New York Yankees play baseball while at home. Run the film, Hank. The preliminaries are over, and Smelling and Bear are now in the center of the ring taking their instructions. What a crowd, folks. 60,000 people and only 30 vacant seats. Primo Carnera walks in, and the 30 seats are filled. Carnera sits down, and 2,000 people behind him get up and go home. Ah, what a crowd. Here goes the bell for the first round. Smelling and Bear walk to the center of the ring. Bear looks confident, and Smelling looks German. They are fiddling around for a minute, and there they go. Bear starts off with a hard right to Smelling's jaw, and Bear counters with a hard right to Smelling's jaw. Ah, what's this? Smelling sends a hard chin to Bear's right. Bear swings a wild right to Smelling's jaw, and Bear comes back with a wild right to Smelling's jaw. Smelling's jaw seems surprised as it didn't even know that Bear was in town. They are both mixing in the center of the ring as the round ends. Smelling's round and Howard training.
The Chevrolet motor car is the finest.
Round two. Both men step to the center of the ring and exchange blows. What a crowd at the Yankee Stadium. Starkey is here sitting right over second base. Gene Tunney is also here sitting over first base. Bear sends a long left to Smelling, sending Starkey to third and Tunney to second. None out, and Bear still at bat. What a game! In the outfield, we see Lefty Grove warming up for Germany, and Smelling still catching. As the bell rings, Ruth and Gehrig are seen walking through the dugout. And Howard trading.
The Chevrolet motor car is the most economical car in the world.
Round three. At the start of this round, Bear makes a mad rush at Smelling, but Smelling tosses a right to his nose, and Bear starts singing California, Here I Come. He sees Jimmy Melton become self-conscious and lands a right to Smelling's temple. What a blow! Watch out, Bear. 4 feet lower. It would have been a foul. Bear takes command again. He's much bigger than Moxie. What a mountain Bear is. Bear Mountain. Get it, folks? That was good. Smelling leads a right. What's that? Another fight breaks out at the ringside. Another fight. Who is it? They tell me it's between a taxi driver and a tailor. Well, folks, now we have a doubleheader at the good old Yankee Stadium. The tailor lands a right to the taxi driver's jaw. Smelling blocks it and crosses a left to Bear's chin. Bear sends a wicked right to the tailor, and the tailor sends a wicked note to his lawyer for a triple play. Lawyer to Smelling to Bear. What's this? Bear sends a dozen assorted rights to Smelling's jaw while we weren't looking. He sends another right to his head, a right to the heart, and a right to the liver. As there are no more places for Bear's right, he rings the bell, ending the third round. Now, the next 6 rounds were nip and tuck. Bear nipped and Smelling tucked. And as there was nothing outstanding in these 6 rounds, I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, there were 3 little bears. Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Maxie Bear. They all lived in the woods. So one day, Poppy Bear said to Maxie Bear, "Round 10. Bear opens this round with a right to Smelling here and a left to the jaw. Smelling counters with a nasty look. Bear resents this and starts fouling. The referee warns Bear, Bear warns Smelling, Smelling warns Sharky, and Sharky leaves the stadium. Bear is now mad and sends another right to Smelling's jaw and a left to the head. They are now mixing it. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Company, halt. What a parade. Bear looks at his watch, remembers he has a date, and there he goes, forcing Smelling to the rope. Ah, what a chance for a cigar program. He sends 2 rights and a left to Smelling's head, and Smelling goes down for the count of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Smalls and Handsome, why don't you get up to
6, 7, 8. Are you hurt, Smelling? 9. He gets up at the count of 9. But it's too weak to carry on, and the referee steps in and announces Max Bear the winner, which is a surprise to everyone. Now Frank Black, who bet on Smelling, will try and play Somebody Stole Gabriel's Horn. Play, Frank.
Did you hear that, folks? That's a continuation of our mystery. Who killed Mr. X? The great penthouse mystery. Now, for the benefit of our new listeners, let me give you a brief synopsis of what happened. Mr. X was found dead in his penthouse. He was discovered hanging in midair from a chandelier, dangling from a long rope. Mary, did you find out where the rope came from?
Yes, Jack. The kind of garble with shoelaces. Get it?
Oh, well, disregard that, huh? Now, dim your lights, folks. Get ready for thrills, romance, adventure, and the boogeyman. Not yet, Frank. Besides, we're not feeling anything. This is a mystery.
Hey, Mr. Benny, when do we answer the tape?
One mystery at a time, please. Remember, folks, last week we put the tapes in the hands of Sherlock Holmes, but nothing happened. And if we paid Sherlock in advance, we will have to give him another chance.
And those of you who have given Chevrolet attacks will admit there is no mystery attached to it.
The Hawksaw cleaning, folks. It is always on the trail of a plum. You'll have to pardon me while I put on my makeup now. I'm Sherlock Holmes, you know.
And now we take you again to the study of Sherlock Holmes, who is working out new clues in hopes for a speedy arrest of the murderer of Mr. X. The home of Sherlock Holmes.
And the murder is still unsolved.
That seems to be the trouble, Sherlock. I never saw you act like this before.
Very mysterious case. Very mysterious, Watson. Very mysterious. Watson, I must think. Bring me my piano.
The finance company took it away this morning.
Then give me my violin. No use. No use, Watson. I will never learn shuffle off the buffalo.
Then why don't you try Rochester or Albany?
Albany, fine. How does it go?
Albany. Why not take Albany?
Watson, an idea just struck me. You couldn't loan me $10, could you?
Sherlock, you're wonderful. How did you guess it?
I felt it. Was there anybody here to see me today?
Yes, 3 fellows.
What's their names?
Sir Arthur, Cohen, and Doyle.
Very good, Watson. You better let me get a laugh or you won't be on the program next week.
That's elementary, Sherlock.
Hello. This is Holmes in Boston, the calculator. You want to speak to Mr. Holmes? Wait, I'll connect you with the bathtub.
I'm not taking a bath, Mary.
Well, you should be. Here, it's for you.
Who is it?
Mr. X, he wants to know how you're doing with his case.
Give me that phone. Mr. X? Yes, we'll find the man who murdered you. Just keep your shirt on. Yes, you'll get a report. What's the address? All right. Goodbye. Put down the address, Mary. Box 32, Evergreen Cemetery.
See, he lives right next door to my great-grandfather.
Mary, see who it is. Be on your toes, Watson.
Who do you wish to see, sir?
Mr. Holmes, I've got some news for you.
Let him in. Well, young man, what can I do for you?
I have a clue to the murder of Mr. X.
You have a clue, eh? Who are you?
I'm a stool pigeon.
Oh, a stool pigeon, eh? Sit down. Mary, get him a stool.
Here you are. Give him, Mr. Pigeon.
Mary, lock the door. Close the window and pull down the blind. Now tell me, who do you think killed Mr. X?
Well, give me $5 and all I know.
For $5, eh? Mary, have you...
Certainly not.
Watson.
No.
How much do you want to sell all?
$5.
Here's 50 cents. Just give me a rough idea.
Well, you're a new customer. I'll take it.
Now, what's your clue to the murder of Mr. X?
Well, I saw a fellow flying over the penthouse less than a week ago. He looked very suspicious. He was flying over 200 miles an hour, and he didn't stop until he got to Oslo, Norway.
Oslo, Norway.
Yes, and when he turned around and saw me looking, he left quickly for Moscow.
Yes. Go on.
And as soon as I got to Moscow, he left for Siberia.
How did you keep up with him?
Don't tell anybody.
A Chevrolet.
Mary, a Chevrolet.
It was a Chevrolet, folks, the most dependable car in the low-price field. Now, Mr. Pigeon, your face looks very familiar. What did you do before you became a stool pigeon?
You...
I thought so. Now, tell me one more thing. Did you get the name of this aviator?
Yes. His name is Jimmy Matter.
No matter, eh? Boston, put down that salami. Get me my airplane. There's no time to lose. We'll follow him to the ends of the world.
But wait, Sherlock, how did you figure he could have killed Mr. X by flying over the penthouse?
Well, I'll tell you, Boston. All those aviators carry sandwiches. Now, he may have had a three-decker sandwich and dropped it. And that would kill anybody.
Sherlock, you're there.
Boston, you're smelling. Get the airplane.
Here you are, Sherlock. All we got is a tri-motor plane.
What's a tri-motor plane, Jack?
Plane with 4 motors. Boston, spin the propeller. Boston, you've got her in great shape. What was that?
The left wing fell off.
Do we need it?
Yes, I'll have to fix it.
I've got a safety pin.
Not yet. That's in the next scene.
I'm only rehearsing.
Oh, come on. Come on, let's go. Get in, Boston. Are you coming along, Mary?
Are we going up in the air?
Yes.
Oh, wait till I get my air gun.
Never mind, Dad. Get in. All right, get ready. Be careful, Mary. Be careful how you get them.
Happy landing! I got it!
It is 3 hours later. Sherlock Holmes and Watson are still on the trail of the murderer of Mr. X. How fast are we going, Watson?
600 miles an hour.
600 miles, and I'm only in second.
We're certainly going fast. What country is this we're passing?
England.
What country?
You're too late. France.
Look, Sherlock. Somebody left a sack lying on the ground.
Pack nothing. It's the Eiffel Tower.
Sherlock, you're colossal.
Hallelujah, you're a bum. Watson, I'm afraid we're running out of gas.
Don't worry, I just put a quarter in the meter.
Good work. Look, we're crossing the Russian border.
So quick.
Remember, this is a half-hour program. Look up. Look, there's another airplane.
You're right, Sherlock. Maybe that's the man we want. Get closer.
Hello there. I'll see you, folks. Russian flag. What are you doing in Russia? I need 2 more men for my orchestra.
Hello, Frank. See you when we get back.
Are you all right, Mary? Back there?
Yes, Shirley. Gee, this is certainly a wonderful night for flying. Look how bright the moon is. Hello, round and shiny. Why don't you come down sometime?
Sherlock, there's another plane ahead of us.
What plane?
That one straight in front of us.
That's a mosquito on your nose.
Oh, I was wondering why it bit me.
Watson, put down that cloud. What are you doing with that cloud in your hand?
The silver lining.
Doc, isn't that another plane ahead of us?
He's right, Sherlock. Yes, sir. Do you see it?
Yes. That might be our man, Jimmy Matter. Now pull up alongside him.
Hello!
clear enough. Did you kill Mr. X?
No, you asked me that last week.
Pardon me. Watson is getting awfully foggy now.
Yes, Sherlock. Be careful.
I'm afraid to go further. I think we better turn back.
Don't bother. It's foggy on this side, too.
There's a storm coming up, and the fog is getting worse.
You're right, Watson. I can't see 5 feet ahead of me.
Who killed Mr. X?
Never mind X. I've got my own trouble. Oh, what was that?
The other wing dropped off.
You see, folks, this couldn't happen in the Chevrolet, as it is safe, dependable, and does everything but fly.
We're in terrible danger. Watson, I can't control the stick. Oh, there goes the propeller. How are we on gas?
The tank is dry.
Well, good night, folks. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue our mystery. Who killed Mr. X? And what happened to Holmes, Watson, and Mary?
And smelling.
Right, Watson. Play Frank. And don't forget to listen in next Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and follow our thrilling mystery. Who killed Mr. X? Come on, Mary. I'll take you home now.
I'm sorry, Jack. I have a date tonight.
With whom? Oh, yeah? Well, he'll find out. Good night, folks.
Come on, Shadow.
Chevrolet program starring Jack Benny and Frank Black's orchestra.
And now, Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you with all the late news events through the courtesy of... Now get this, folks. Through the courtesy of I Bought Her a Sandwich, So She Ate It Press. Boy, am I hot tonight, huh? So She Ate It Press. You get that, Mary?
Yes, and I'm going to get rid of it, too.
I see. I don't know. I kind of liked it, huh? So She Ate It Press. Get it, Milton?
No, what is it?
It's a joke.
Oh, pardon me.
Well, I'll start all over again, folks. Hello again. This is Jack Benny, the Earth Galloper, coming to you through the courtesy of the Daily Exterminator. All the news that's split to print. Here they are. Okay, let's go. A little late with the call, but it's okay. Washington, D.C. Huh? President Roosevelt takes 2 weeks vacation, which will end June 30th. Vice President Garner's vacation will end in 1936. Paris, France. Russian prince weds 5 and 10 cent store heiress. To keep the money in the family, he buys the ring in her store. New York, New York. Jack Sharkey will fight Primo Carnera at Madison Square Bowl. When interviewed, Sharkey claimed he will not be able to hit high enough to foul Carnera. Fountain Lakes, New Jersey. Carnera training here with King Kong. During brief workout, one of Carnera's legs was found in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Cincinnati, Ohio. Man finds alcohol in 3.2 beer and is given key to the city. Highland, New Jersey. Nudist colony discovered here. During cold spell last week, nudists were seen wrapped in cellophane. Prosperity news, Detroit, Michigan. Big industries raise employees' wages 10%.
When do I get a raise, Jack?
When we're in Detroit, Mary. Hollywood, California. Roller skating fad hits Hollywood. Greta Garbo given ticket for parking her skates in front of a hydrant. London, England. Nations meet here to pay United States war debt. Poland acknowledges her debt in silver and sends us 4 dimes and a quarter. Finland sends us a fin. Belgium gives us 2 brass rings from a merry-go-round. And France gives us Chevalier. My, oh my, played by Frank Black's orchestra. I wish Frank would make those orchestra boys shave. You know, folks, I never saw so many beards in one orchestra. No, really, I don't know how they get their saxophones in their mouths. I'm not kidding, huh?
Jack.
Yes, Mary?
Look at these. Aren't they beautiful?
Why, Mary, what are you doing with all those flowers?
Well, it's my birthday today, Jack.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I nearly forgot, huh?
And thanks for the card.
Did you like the card I sent you, Mary?
Yes, but my name isn't Easter.
Well, I happen to have one left over, you know.
Oh, that's all right. What are you giving me for a present?
Well, let's see, Mary. How old are you today?
21.
21. I'll say I've got a great idea. It's too late to buy you something, but I'll give you $1 for each year. See, here it is. Now, 5, 10, 20, 21.
Well, that's awfully nice of you, Jack. And, gee, are you lucky?
Why?
Well, if I told you my right age, you'd owe me $6 more.
Mary, make believe you're 16 and give me back $5, would you? Well, folks, you can never tell a person's age. I don't know, a man is as old as he looks, and a woman is as old as she likes.
Well, congratulations, Mary.
Thanks, Howard.
Now, here are a couple of little remembrances.
Gee, a ring and a book, thanks. What a pretty ring. But what's the book all about?
Well, that's to keep up the payments on the ring.
I gave him that joke, folks. You know, live and let live, you know.
Mary, I want to congratulate you, too. I want to give you...
Yes, Jimmy?
My very best wishes.
Ah.
Well, anyway, Mary, you don't have to keep up the payments on that, you know. Say, I bet you got a lot of nice telegrams today. Huh?
Yes, and birthday cards, too. Do you want me to read some to you?
Go ahead, you will anyway.
Well, here's one I got from Howard. It says, Happy birthday, I must say. May many more come by your way. 'Cause every minute of the day, someone buys a Chevrolet.
Yes, that's a wonderful thought on Howard's part. I knew he'd get that in.
Oh, here's another card, Jack.
Another card? Read it, Mary.
It says, Happy birthday to the sweetest and fairest girl in all the world.
Who sent that?
I did.
You did?
Yes, no one knows me like I do.
Mary, this being your birthday, really, why don't you do something? I mean, now tell us something about your life. I mean, I think everybody here in the studio would like to know something.
Well, I was born in Plainfield, New Jersey on a very dark day.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I didn't know what it was all about.
Uh-huh.
And before I knew what had happened, I was 5 years old.
How time flies.
Yes, now on my 5th birthday, I said to myself, Toots, Plainfield isn't big enough for you, so I went to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, New Jersey?
No, my Aunt Elizabeth.
Oh.
But there was nothing there for me, so I went to Trenton.
Oh, your Uncle Trenton? Hmm?
No, Trenton, New Jersey.
Oh, well, I'm all mixed up. I don't know. Go ahead.
At Trenton, things were kind of dull, so I came back to Plainfield and stayed there until I was 6.
Uh-huh.
And was I 6? In fact, the doctor told me I would never reach 7.
How time flies. Mm-hmm.
But 7 o'clock came, and then 8, and I ate and ate and ate until I was 9.
Until you were 9, I see. And then what happened, huh?
Then 10 came along, and we started our program. So here I am, and it's only 10:15.
Is that all, Mary?
Yes, that's all.
Applaud, everybody. Very good. That was very good, huh? That was very interesting, Mary. And now James Melton will sing Roses of Picardy. By the way, Jimmy, when did you first start to sing?
Well, I was born in Georgia, and when I was 5 years old, I said to myself, Tut, this state is too small for you. So I came to New York and took singing lessons.
Well, that's interesting, really, that is. Huh?
Yes, I know. Well, tell me, Jack, when did you first become a master of ceremonies?
Well, Jimmy, I was born in the United States, you see. And when I was 5 years old, I said to myself, Tootsie, I said, Toots, this world is too small for you.
Why don't you get out of it?
I will, Jimmy. Give me time, will you? For heaven's sake. Play, Toots, or book it this way. That was James Melton singing Roses of Picardy, dedicated to the American Legion, who will meet at their greatest of conventions in Chicago on October 2nd. Hooray! Don't worry, folks. Don't worry about all this noise. It's just a little banquet we're having here tonight. You know, this is our last program until the fall, and we're all celebrating. What a crowd, what gowns, what wraps, and what sats. Everybody's here. They're all in evening clothes. What celebrities. How do you do, Miss Garbo? Sit right here next to Howard Claney. Huh?
I want to be alone.
Don't worry, you will be. Now, look at Clark Gable. How are you, Clark?
Fine, Jack. I want to congratulate you on going off the air tonight.
Now, pass that up. I see. We're going to have a lot of music and entertainment tonight, Clark. Will you listen?
I'm all ears.
That was Clark Gable, folks. Clark Gable. Sit right here. Just throw that bundle down that you have in your arms.
What bundle? That's Joan Crawford.
Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. Who's this? Hey, wait a minute, mister. Wait a minute, you can't come in here without an invitation. This is a private affair. What's your name, sir?
Marlene Dietrich.
Oh, Marlene! Well, come right in.
Will we have a good time here tonight?
It all depends on you. Oh, I thought that was good. That was awfully good. What merriment, huh?
Oh, waiter!
Waiter, I'm Jack Benny.
Oh, pardon me.
Now, here they keep coming. Jack Pearl, Eddie Cantor, Chevalier, Ben Burney, Phil Baker, Bert Lahr. Mary, set the table and serve the food as soon as possible, yeah?
Jack, we have no tablecloth.
No tablecloth?
No.
What are we going to do? Oh, here comes Mahatma Gandhi. We're saved. Take your coat, Mahatma?
Yes.
Mary, here's your tablecloth. Where am I going to sit? Behind that screen. You're fasting anyway, you know. Say, Howard. Howard, look at all those cars parked out in front of this building.
And they're all Chevrolet.
A little music, boys. Come on, let's liven up the party. Serve the soup, garçon.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. You mean wee. Some French waiter we got here. Play, boys. Come on, play. Let's get the party started. I want everybody to have a good time. Pitch right into the food. How are you doing, Miss Garbo?
Fine. I think I stay here.
Well, that's a compliment, huh? What did you order, Mr. Chevalier?
I ordered a steak a long time ago.
Get it. How would you like your steak?
Not today, not tomorrow, but right now.
How about a song, Murray? Yeah, come on. Give us a song, Murray.
No, I don't feel like singing.
Come on, Chevy. Just one note.
All right. Every bird has a date, every pool has a mate, in the park, in Paris, in the spring. Every bird, every fish seems to get his every wish in the park, in Paris, in the spring. Every pool has a date.
Can you imagine, folks, every minute of the day someone falls for Chevalier.
Oh, Jack!
What is it, Ed?
I must tell you a joke. This is going to kill you. Gee, I wish Ray were here. He'd die at this.
No, Kitty, go ahead. Tell it. Let's get him to tell the joke.
A man walks into a barber shop to get a shave.
Yeah?
You'll fall down.
I imagine I will, yeah.
A man walks into a barber shop to get a shave. Oh!
How Ed Wynn has changed.
Well, anyway, when the barber got through shaving him, he said to his customer, Is that a red tie you're wearing? And the customer said, No! So the barber said, Well, then I must have cut your throat. I know you wouldn't get it.
Oh, Mr. Vinny, what will I serve now?
Serve the breaded veal chops, Bridget. Huh?
We have no veal chops.
Well, then just serve the bread, you know. Anyway, I think we ought to have a little entertainment. What do you say?
Let's hear from Mary Living.
That's right. A few words from Mary.
Come on, Mary, say something. What do you think? Come on, Mary, will you? Mary Livingston. Just make a little speech, you know.
Well, I was born in Plainfield, New Jersey on a very dark day. When I was 5 years old, I said to myself,
And now that we've heard from Mary Livingston, let's hear from that great artist sitting right here at this table, Freddie Allen. Hooray! Get Freddie Allen. Huh? Come on, what do you got to say, Freddie?
Hello, folks. All I want to say is that I'm enjoying the banquet here tonight very much. It was only a one-course dinner. Then all I have at night is coffee anyway. But as you have no coffee, we're all even.
Say, Freddie, didn't Walter Winslow show up tonight?
Sure, there he is, sitting over there in the corner.
Well, let's hear from that great psychic, the man that gives you past performances of lovers the same as you get on horses. The one and only Walter Winslow. Okay, Walter.
Okay, America, let's go. Flash. There's no truth to report that Dickie Moore is that way about lollipops. When grilled, he said it was ice cream cones, and they will be melted in June.
Flash, you can sit right down any time now, Walter.
I get it. This is Mrs. Winchell's little boy, Walter, signing off.
Hello, little boy. Steve, where's come from?
You know why. Why? Because potatoes are cheaper and cribs are much cheaper. Oh, now.
Now, wait a minute. Are you Winchell or Candor? Who are you?
It makes no difference to me. I can do them all.
Quiet, you're crabbing the program.
Mr. Vinny, what do you want me to serve now?
The strawberry shortcake.
Shouldn't we have no strawberry shortcake?
Well, what have you got in the kitchen?
Roaches.
Well, never mind. I'll tell a story. It's a fine thing to bring up at a banquet. That's certainly swell, eh? Hey, Jack, how about a word or two from Al Smith? Al Smith, that's it. Come on. Okay, Al Smith.
Mr. Chairman, all I can say is that I'm having a great time up here tonight. And I'm glad that I was invited. I've been listening to the radio for a long time. And I'm happy to be here on this radio program because I like the radio.
Well, Al, wait a minute. Al, do you ever listen to the radio?
I like that, too.
You do, eh? Well, listen. What do you think of the Chevrolet?
It's the finest car on the market.
Well, don't get sore about it. What's the idea? Just say so, you know. No, I wouldn't get angry. Say, how about a song? How about a song from Rudy Valley?
That's right, Al. Let's hear it right from
Rudy Valley. Certainly, Rudy Valley. Hey, we want Valley. Rudy Valley. Hey. All right.
I owe everybody. What's that? I owe everybody. What, with your salary? Oh, Rudy, that's a prize. I owe everybody. This is Rudy Valley contradicting Horace Greeley. Greeley said, go west, young man, but I must rave about the east. Our guest star tonight will be yours truly singing, Your Time is My Time. Your time is my time. Your time is my time. There's no time like our time, and no one like you. Good boy, Rudy. Good work. Hey, Jack, I'm afraid we'll have to stop the banquet. It's 10:25. All right, Howard, let's turn out the guests and go to bed. But before we go, I want everybody to meet these celebrities. Ladies and gentlemen, of the radio audience, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Johnny Woods, a young man who imitated all these different stars. Give him a nice Good night, folks.
Come on, Shadow.
In the Park is from The Gold Diggers of 1933, and It's Great to Be Alive is from Strike Me Pink. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I take extreme pleasure in presenting to you once again America's outstanding false alarm, Jack Benny.
Oh, well. Hello again. This is Jack Alarm talking. False Benny. Rilla, I quit.
Why, what's the matter?
I'm not going to work tonight, that's all.
You're not?
No. Listen, I've asked you every week, Aloys. I've pleaded, I've begged with you to introduce me with a little formality, a little dignity.
Oh, Jack, I'm using as little as possible.
I know that. But you don't build me up like they do on other programs, Aloys. I don't hear I come to the microphone all pepped up and everything, and you announce me as a false alarm.
But, Jack, I said you were outstanding.
Oh, well, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, but hey, wait a minute. What does outstanding false alarm mean?
It means that you're no good, but you're very good at it.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. I don't know.
Oh, for heaven's sake, how do you want to be introduced?
The way you introduce any great celebrity, like Kiddies, or the Prince of Wales, or somebody like that.
All right. Then I'll introduce you like the Prince of Wales.
Yeah, you say that, but when?
As soon as you fall off the horse.
Walt Disney. Well, that settles it. So long, folks.
Where you going, Jack?
I'm stormy weather, since my gal and I ain't together.
Say, Aloys, what's the matter with Jack tonight, anyway? Oh, he didn't like the way I announced him, and then you had to make it worse, and now we're out of luck.
What do you mean, out of luck? I'll be master of ceremonies. Introduce me, Havilla, and stop worrying.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I take great pleasure in presenting to you our master of ceremonies, that very fine artist and international favorite, Mr. Frank Black.
I see. Hello again. This is Frankie Black talking, remember? That effervescent comedian?
What do you mean, effervescent?
If it wasn't for me, there'd be no show. Oh, yes. Oh, that's awfully good. Go on, that's a better joke than you told all year.
Yeah, that's it.
And now, folks, did you ever hear the story about the peacock? It's a wonderful tale.
Well, go ahead, tell us.
Don't you get it, you dumb cluck?
Yeah, I got it 20 years ago.
And now, folks, I want to tell you that this evening we have a great show with a great cast that will not grate on your nerves. How am I doing, Havilla?
Play, Frank.
Who said that?
I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, double yeah to you.
Stand by, folks.
This fight comes to you through the courtesy of the new 1934 Chevrolet, the low-priced car with the knee action wheels. Oh. I'll be right home, Ma.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Aloy. Where are we on the program?
Well, Black is over there, and I'm here, and Jack's on the floor.
On the floor?
Yes, Frank Black put him there.
Thanks, Frank.
You're welcome, Mary.
Yeah, I think Jack's unconscious.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Mary, darling.
Oh, hello, Frankie, dear.
Oh, Mary, I want to thank you for the great time I had over at your house last night.
Oh, that's all right, darling.
Sweetheart, what did your folks think of me?
Well, I didn't like you very much, but that's only one family's opinion.
But you love me, don't you, Mary?
Of course I do, sweetheart.
Hey, where's Jack?
On the floor, unconscious.
Unconscious?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for?
Oh, my darling.
Sweetheart. Kiss me.
Play, Frank, play. That was Let's Do It, played by Frank Black and his orchestra.
Get off the floor, Jack.
Oh, all right. We were only kidding, folks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great treat in store for you lovers of the drama. Tonight, we are going to offer that immortal classic of the American theater, Uncle Tom's Cabin. I will play Uncle Tom, Mary Livingston will play Liza, and Marie Dressler will play Little Eva.
What will I play, Jack?
You play the cabin, Parker. Now, we have not only procured the original scenery for this over-melodrama, but we have also engaged some of the original cast and a few of the original pieces of ice. In fact, we are going to put on the same production that toured the country for 1,765,000 consecutive performances, playing under canvas, under cover,
and under 10 cents.
That's when you saw us, Black. Can bet on that. This run beats 80's Irish Road by 17 years, 4 days, and 3 2/5 seconds. I understand there's another company still running out west, but the last report is that the sheriff is gaining on them. And as you know, Uncle Tom's Cabin is a very sad play. But after looking over our cast this evening, I think it'll be a little sadder than usual. And now for that immortal play, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Ready, boys? Curtain, music, Frank.
The sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home, in my old Kentucky home, far away. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. For you now can buy the best car you ever had. For 1934 Chevrolet.
Hello. Yes, sir. This is Uncle Tom's cabin. No, sir. Uncle Tom isn't home yet. This is Liza, his secretary. Yes, Mr. McGee, I'll tell him. Goodbye, son. Hello. Uncle Joe? No, he's in the next cabin. Try Harlem 6842. You're welcome. Oh, taxi. Yes, Miss Liza. Did you all see Uncle Tom this evening? No, ma'am. I think he's out stepping. Topsy, what are you laughing at? I don't know. I just opened my mouth and out it comes. Forget that mop and manicure the floor. I wonder where poor Tom is. Uncle Tom. Where far I saw Uncle Tom?
I'm a coming.
My head is bended low, 'cause I'm looking for a cigarette for old Black Joe.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
Where you all been today, Uncle Tom?
Oh, up at the Cotton Club, at picking cotton. Anybody call me today, Liza?
Yes, Unc, I got a message for you. Tom Legree called and said he was going to tell you.
Who's going to tell who, says which?
He's going to which tell you, says who.
Liza, are you Liza? Who does Simon say he was going to sell me to?
To the showboat.
Well, that's a good program. They ain't going to leave here. What else did he say, Liza?
He said you was a good-for-nothing, lazy, low-down pup.
Who's lazy? You ain't going to let him take poor old Uncle Tom away? Is you, Liza?
Oh, so, boy, Uncle Tom, you fascinate me.
That's all I want to know. Come in. Good evening, folks. What can I do for you, sir?
Are these Uncle Tom's cabins?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm driving through to Florida, and I'd like to rent one overnight.
Liza, we got any cabins left?
No, Uncle Tom, is all rented for the night.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Havrilla is the name.
You're telling me. By the way, what kind of a car is you all driving, stranger? As if I don't know, folks.
A Chevrolet, the most economical car in the low-price field.
Well, got it. Nothing but Chevrolets driving through here. Topsy, find a cabin for this here gentleman. Huh?
Well, shut my mouth. If it ain't Mr. Havrilla. Come along, and boys.
Way down upon the stormy river, far, far away.
Good evening, Uncle Tom. Hello, Aunt Liza.
Well, if it ain't little Lisa. I hardly knew the old gal.
Tell me, honey lamb, how you all feeling this evening?
I feel terrible, Aunt Liza.
Well, you certainly look it.
So were you when you were as old as little Eva.
How old is you now, honey lamb?
Well, I started with this here stock company in 1874. And I'm just beginning to feel it.
So you can't take it, eh? Cool.
I'm gonna die. I know what I'm doing.
Well, after all, woman, time was it? Frank Black, move on.
I feel like I'm going now. I'm heading for my last cabin.
Oh, honey, lamb. Where'd Uncle Tom hold you in his arms?
Uncle Tom?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to heaven, Uncle Tom. I'm going to heaven.
That's what you think.
What?
Frank. I knew you were going to heaven, sir.
Everything is getting dark. I feel like I'm going now. Yes, I'm going. Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Goodbye, angel child.
Goodbye, Liza.
So long, Toots.
Poor little Eva. She ain't never done no harm to nobody. Now, Liza, now you and I are left all alone.
That's what I was afraid of.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
For heaven's sake, ain't you gone yet? Who is it?
'Tis I, the Merchant of Venice.
Venice what?
Venice, I'm going to sing my song.
Oh, Rasta. So that's our little Donnie. Well, drag your body right in here, boy.
Hello, sugar.
Hello, sweet.
You two seem to know each other. What you all going to sing, Rasta?
Well, I'm going to sing mine from that new Broadway show, Let 'Em Eat Cake.
What, no dialect? Play, Frank. We'll go on with the sketch later, folks, right after his song. Yes, sir, Rasta. Well, tell you something, Rasta, that was very good. You sure sang that song, man.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
So long, Rasta.
After the broadcast, Liza.
You're enough, honey.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
What, ain't you gone yet? I'll be glad when you dead, you rascal, you.
Well, Uncle Tom, supper's ready.
What you all going to eat this evening, Liza?
Yes, and stuffed fish.
Oh, good old gefilte, eh? I'll have some of that. What do you have, little Eva?
Yes, you an aspirin.
Liza, see who that is.
I think it's Simon Legree.
Get in the kitchen, Liza. Come in. Hello. Hello, Simon. Don't get so familiar. Remember, you're a slave.
You remember you're a slob.
Now listen, you good-for-nothing gigolo. You ain't done nothing around here for years, and I'm going to sell you.
Sell me to who?
To the Warner Brothers.
The Warner Brothers?
Yes, and I got a good offer from Fox Burns, too.
So who am I, Uncle Tom or Tom Nick? Well, please don't say we're away to the Warner Brothers, Master Simon.
Why not? I can get $7 a day for you and $10 for you and Liza together.
Now, listen here, little McGee. I don't care what you all does to me, but you need that gal Liza out of this, you hear?
Don't tell me what to do, you good-for-nothing, Latin, cotton, coating, cotton picker.
That's Frank Black, folks, getting all mixed up, you know. Well, I'm not a-going, Master. My soul may belong to you, but your body belongs to Fisher.
And that, me, feel change with that for you.
Wait, Master Simon. Bloodhound, Munich. Times.
Now clear on while I get behind the papers.
Liza.
Yes, Uncle Tom.
Come on, honey. We got to get out of here, right away. We got to get away from these dogs. Hello to how that nice little doggy. Tell Uncle Tom, what's your name? Prince, eh? That's a nice name, and you're a bloodhound, are you? Smart little doggy. Smart little dog. You all want to eat. Prince, I got to get away. Why don't you dogs stay here and enjoy yourself? I'll tune in the radio for you. What program do you like best? Listen, Prince, I got Fox. If you let me get away, they're yours. Make a 10 and you're bargain. How can I... Oh, you're through the road. Fine.
Cotton, we are filled here with cotton. Chevrolet, Dixieland.
Horses spoiled again.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Play, Frank. This is the last number of the 10th program on the new Chevrolet series. Well, folks, if you liked our play Uncle Tom's Cabin, tell your friends. If not, just drop the whole thing. Oh, Mary.
Yes, sir.
Can I take you home tonight for a change?
No, I'm sorry.
Boiled again.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Good night, folks. Cuban president looks worried and threatens to even the score. The score is now even. New York, New York. Thermometer drops to 14 below zero, which establishes new record here. Union Square, New York. Weather so cold here that communists are now hitting each other with radiators. New York, New York. Famous screen actor Clark Gable arrives here from Hollywood during cold spell. 12 girls present him with a pair of earmuffs. More screen news. Greta Garbo also arrives here on shopping tour and gives wholesale order for a pair of shoes. When asked about her love affair with her director, Mamoulian, she said no. But from the look on Mamoulian's face, it is yes. However, that's none of our business. It is rumored that Frank Black will entertain these stars while in New York and has 4 slots reserved in the Automat. More screen news. Jimmy Durante also heading east. His nose is already here, and Durante will arrive in the morning. More Garbo news. Garbo
Chicago spends vacation taking in all the Broadway shows. When interviewed, said she would like to see Katharine Hepburn in The Lake. When Hepburn was interviewed, said she'd like to see Garbo in the Hudson River. Jealousy. Huh? That's all, folks. Pardon me. Flash, Park Avenue, New York, 9 p.m. 3,000 gigolos out on strike. They want the extra nickel the wives are giving their husbands for car fare. Flash, Flushing, Long Island. That should be Flush. 10 p.m. Man kills wife for bidding 2-no trump without a spade or diamond in her hand. 11 p.m. Man is acquitted and the bridge game continues. Nudist Colony, New Jersey. Flash. Weather so cold here that groundhog goes back in his hole, followed by nudist. Oh, they can't take it, eh?
Jack.
What is it, Mary?
Can I read one now?
Yes, Mary, but just fast, remember.
All right. New York. Gold arrives here without a nose. When interviewed, says he still smells.
That's local, folks. Flash, NBC Studio, New York. Aloys Havrilla, now standing on soapbox addressing his Chevrolet audience.
And flashes come to us from everywhere that orders for the new 1934 Chevrolet are literally pouring into the factory.
Crash. Aloys Havrilla falls off a soapbox.
Smash! Play, Frank.
And now, say, Mary, I noticed you brought a couple of suitcases up to the studio tonight. What's the idea?
Well, Jack, I'm going on a little vacation. Jealous?
No, Mary, I'm not jealous. But where are you going?
Where am I going? I'll give you 3 guesses. If you were me,
Oh, I don't know. Okay, if I were you. Say, Greg, if you were Mary and had a week off, where would you go?
Me? Well, I don't know. I like the Riviera, Nice, Monte Carlo.
That's a nice weekend trip, yes. You know you could make that. Where would you go, Parker?
Oh, I'd take a little jaunt to Egypt, Africa, or maybe the Orient.
A little jaunt. A little hike through India would be nice for the weekend. How about you, Havril? I mean, where would you go if you had a week off?
Oh, I'd take a little sail down to the South Pole and see how Admiral Byrd is doing.
Of course, you'd stop off at New Zealand and pick up...
being on the water all day.
Oh, certainly, of course. But what would you do after you got down to the South Pole?
Well, I like ice skating and hockey.
Oh, surely. Then in between times, you could introduce the knee action wheels down there, you know.
Why, there's nothing down there but penguins. By the way, Jack, where would you like to go for a week?
Oh, I don't care particularly. You know, any place I hang my hat is home.
For 13 years.
Oh, you nasty individual.
Say, who's making this trip anyway?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. It was sort of left you out of it. Well, I give up. Where are you going?
I'm going to Florida, Jack.
Oh, of course, Mary. Florida, down by the Gulf Stream.
Yes, and I'm taking my golf clubs with me.
You should have left that out. So you're going to Florida?
My, am I?
Oh. I know I didn't write that. I get it. Say, tell me, Mary, on your way down there, I mean, are you going to stop at Daytona?
No, Jack, we don't go through Ohio.
Oh, we don't?
You know, there's a city down there I've always wanted to see. It's, everybody knows the name of it. It's,
What? What city? What?
Well, it's, I know the name so well.
Hurry up, Mary, I'm losing my temper.
That's it, Temper, Florida. It's a lively place.
Yes, and if you go through St. Petersburg, be sure to visit Frank Black's relatives. By the way, Mary, you know, I'm going away, too. Tomorrow I'm going to Chicago to visit my sister.
See, that's swell. We'll be on the same train together as far as Montreal.
Montreal is in Canada.
Oh, pardon me. I was holding this map upside down.
Yes, I see. See you later. And now to get back to our program. Remember, folks, last week we had Opportunity Night in which we tried to find some new talent, and the result was disastrous. So having discovered nobody, tonight we are going back to our usual dramatic plays with our own all-star cast. And we'll offer for your pleasure our version of that great screen success, Little Women. You all remember the 4 charming daughters, Amy, Beth, Meg, and Jo. Well, our own Mary Livingston will play the part of Jo, a la Katharine Hepburn, while I, Jack Benny, will play the part of the millionaire's son next door. Say, Frank, could you let me have a few dollars? I want to get in the atmosphere of this part, you know. No. Well, I'll have to do some acting then. And as many of you know, as many of you know, this play, Little Women, was written by Louisa M. Alcott over 50 years ago, which gave us plenty of time to rehearse and get our scenery together. And tonight is the big night. So immediately after the next number, we are going to offer our version of this famous play, which we will call Miniature Women. And now, little Frankie Parker, who's going to entertain us, will tell you in his own inimitable way the name of the little song he's going to sing. Go ahead, Frankie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sing The Touch of Your Hand from Bertha.
Parker, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Play, Frank.
Oh. And now for our dramatic offering, Small Dames. Miniature Women. Mary, are you ready?
Yes, Jack.
Do you feel Kathleen Hepburn-ish this evening?
Hurry up, Jack. My train leaves for Florida in an hour.
Oh, yes. Okay, Mary. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this play will be presented in 2 acts. The opening scene is in the home of Mrs. Little Woman and her 4 daughters. It is Christmas Eve, 1864. I think I'll stand in the entrance and watch the first scene. Curtain, music, Frank.
Christmas Eve. Oh, beautiful Christmas scenes this year. And I have so much to be thankful for. 4 lovely daughters. Now what more can a woman ask?
I wouldn't ask for any more. Sweet old ladies,
3 a.m. And my daughters will soon be home from school.
Nice kid. But then again, it might be night school, you know. You can't tell.
Here they come now. My little Joe, June, Jane, and Jean.
How about Jen?
That's the maid.
Oh.
Oh, Mother. Oh, Mother. Hello, Ma. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And a Merry Christmas to you, my children.
Look, Mama, we all chipped in and brought you a nice Christmas present.
Thinking it ain't much, Mother, but it's only the thought. I just hope y'all gonna like this, Mom.
You see, folks, these girls were brought up in different parts of New York, and it naturally affects their dialect, you know.
Oh, my darling. It's wonderful to remember your dear old mother like this. What did you bring me, children?
I brought you a nice pair of ice skates. Have a good time, Mama, and don't slip.
Mother's 75 years old, and they bring her ice skates. Oh, well, it's the thought.
Oh, thank you, children. I'll hunt these the first thing in the morning and buy some food.
I don't blame her. Hard to digest skates, you know.
Oh, girl, where's Joe? Didn't she come in with you?
No, Mama. I think she's out in the hen coop writing poetry.
That's poetry.
Yeah, she's out in the hen coop writing poetry.
Poetry. That's all Joe thinks of.
Sure, she's not writing poetry at all. I saw her out in the garden talking to that millionaire's son who lives next door.
I'll pray she is. That's where I saw Mom, talking to that rich neighbor next door.
Cute little blonde from Dallas. I'm afraid we miscast this play.
Oh, that millionaire's son makes me sick. Always sending us presents, paying our rent, buying us food. We'd have starved a long time ago if he hadn't held us back.
That's a shame.
Oh, what's the matter, Mama? Why are you crying?
Oh, it's nothing, Jane.
But surely there must be something wrong.
Tell us, Mother, what is it? I was just thinking. I only have 4 daughters, and every counter has 5.
Give Ida a little credit for that, Mom, you know.
Mom, who's that man that keeps butting in all the time? I don't know, daughter. He's been hanging around ever since this play started.
Sure, he's always making wisecracks.
Go along with you dirty loafer, you.
So long, folks. I'll see you later.
Come on, children. It's 4 o'clock, and it's about time you were in bed. Tomorrow is Christmas, you know.
Yes, Mama.
Good night, Jane.
I'll be again.
Good night, June, dear.
Good night to you, Mother. Call me at 9 in the morning.
Good night, Jane.
Good night, Mom.
I hate to complain, but I'm feeling awful badly. What's the matter, darling? Oh, I don't know, Mom. I just feel like I'm gonna die. Oh, you're poor, dear. Why is it you always have to be sick? You're the best daughter I have. So sweet and such a good girl.
Maybe that's what makes her sick.
second scene of our play, Miniature Women. The next scene takes place 2 nights later by the old elm tree on the Gutgeld estate, where we find Tom Gutgeld waiting for his sweetheart, Joe, with whom he is madly in love. And the Chevrolet is the only car on the low-price deal with an E-action wheels, which has nothing to do with this play. I wonder what's keeping Joe. He promised to meet me here by the old elm tree at 8 of the clock. It's after 10 now, so while I'm waiting, I think I'll go home. Ah, here she comes now. Must have her heavy underwear on. Oh, well.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Joe. How are you feeling?
Fine, Tom. Never felt better in my life. I sold my first poem today and got 60 cents for it. Ain't that good, Tom?
Well, if it's that winter poem you wrote, you're some salesman. Ah, Joe, but we're not here to talk poetry. Let's sit here by this old elm tree.
All right, Tom.
Love me?
Uh-huh. And you?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Hoodoo.
Eh?
I said hoodoo. And you?
2 hoodoos.
That's not bad in times like these. Say, Joe, we've known each other nigh under 15 years. We were brought up together. School day sweethearts. We've always lived next door to each other.
Wait, Tom. That gives me an idea for another poem.
Oh, Joe.
15 years we have been together. Rain or shine all the time in fair or sloppy weather. Ain't that good, Tom?
I still love you, Joe. Now listen to me. For years I've been buying you flowers, candy, presents, taking you to theaters. Let's get married, Joe, and stop all this.
It can't be, Tom. It just can't be. Oh, I do love you, Tom. But I'm a genius and I have a career that I must strive and work hard for. Someday I'm going to New York and I'll be famous. Then maybe I'll come back and marry you.
I see.
It might be 5 years. It might be 10 years. It might be 20 years. It might be 40 years.
Stop.
But I'll reach the top. And then I'll come back to you if you still want me.
I see.
Will you want me in 40 years, Tom?
In 40 years, even RKO won't want you.
Oh, Tom, don't feel so bad. I'll always love you.
And I'll always love you.
And I'll always write to you.
And I'll always write to you.
And I'll always think of you.
And I'll always think of you, too. But, Joe, why do you need this career? My father's a millionaire.
Then I'll marry your father.
But listen, Joe.
No, Tom. The man I marry must be middle-aged, talented, gentle, kind, musical, and above all, economical.
Oh, I know. You want Frank Black.
Black? Who's he?
Oh, he's another millionaire. That's only one man's opinion, folks.
Who's that?
That's Frank Black now. He's over there by the old oak tree with your sister Jane. Quiet. You listen.
The last time, Jane, I asked you, will you marry me?
Nine. I have a future behind me.
Look, Mom. I came flat behind the old cigarette tree. My sister, June.
She's a Frank Black.
You're just like a friend. You're down the corner.
They were telling me. Sweetheart, here's a woman that would make me the happiest man in the world. Will you marry me?
No.
Oh, that's great. Let's see who it is. Quiet.
My sister, June.
She's with Avrilla. That last little old feeling. Oh, Jean, darling, tell me that you love me.
You know I love you, Mr. Avril.
Yes, ma'am, you're right.
Why should I? You're nice, man.
Oh, Jean, your hair is like a golden ray of sunshine.
Yes, Mom.
And when I look into your eyes, I can see that rush of yes. And when I look into your mouth, I can see the wrath in the lake. Yes. And give it a full promotion. I love you, Jean, darling. I love you like the new 1934 Chevrolet. I'll hit with a team I'm on into the quality of me. She's a body in the action field. Look at the outstanding talent of your life field.
performance. And now, folks, let me introduce the cast of our play, These Two Women. Of course, you all know Frank Black, Frank Parker, and the Lloyd Temperley. Now I want you to meet the lady who plays the part of the girl's mother, Miss Lloyd Hackett. And next, Mary Livingston, who plays Joe, while our Catherine Hepburn. Say something, Mary.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad you all like me. And I'll be up again sometime. Good night, everybody.
And now the girls who play the three sisters. Say something, girls. This is the last number of the 19th program of the 11th of February. And you know, folks, it changed. Just as we were all getting acquainted and the play was going along so nicely, we find that our half hour is over. Anyway, we'll be with you again next Sunday evening.
Pardon me, Jack, but I've got to go now. My train leaves in a half hour.
Oh, certainly. Well, goodbye, dear. And have a real good time and come back soon.
You were just saying I'll have to leave town to get a kiss.
Good night, folks.
WEAS.
And now for the winner of the World Telegram Radio Editor's Poll, Jack Benny.
Thank you, Lloyd. I didn't expect that. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking, and am I happy? Mary Livingston is in Miami, Florida, and I won't be annoyed this week. And I just got back from my hometown where I celebrated my birthday. We had a grand party, and you should have seen the presents I gave my relatives for my birthday. Ah, they were just beautiful.
How old were you last week, Jack?
Oh, why go into that? You know, a man is as old as he looks.
So you're 55, huh?
I get it. Well, Frank, I'm nowhere near that. I may look that old to you, but it's because I don't live right, that's all. You know?
What do you mean you don't live right?
Well, I go to bed at 9 o'clock on weekdays, and I don't drink or smoke or go to nightclubs, and I don't see bad company.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, you don't call that living right, do you?
Say, Jack, you know my grandfather took care of himself just like you're doing, and he lived to be 103.
What for? That was good, wasn't it?
I don't know, but the poor fellow's gone now.
Oh, that's too bad, Frank. How did it happen?
Well, when he was 98, he started running around, and it just got him, that's all.
Oh, well, some of those kids just won't listen, eh? I know how it is. I brought up two grandfathers myself, and I just couldn't keep them out of the cotton club. And I couldn't take the hidey-ho out of them, you know?
I see, Jack. But how about going ahead with the program and stop all this reminiscing?
Oh, all right, yeah. Say, Lloyd, did you hear any of the other programs tonight?
Yes, Jack, every one of them.
Well, I mean, were they anything like ours? I mean, did they say or do anything that we're going to do?
Not a thing, Jack.
Well, that's fine. Then I have nothing to worry about. You know, after all, we're on very late, and we have to be careful not to repeat jokes. Anyway, here's a brand new story I have for you folks tonight. A man got on a bus the other day.
Wait a minute,
and after
Jack,
riding...
Wait a minute. Eddie Cantor told that tonight.
Wait a minute. You mean the one about the man getting on the bus?
Yes.
Well, I don't need that one anyway. Here's another little story I picked up in Chicago the other day. An Irishman, a Scotsman, and an Italian were sitting in a tap room.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that the story where the Italian and the Irishman discover they have no money? And...
Yes, that's it.
For heaven's sake, Joe Penner told that on his program.
I see. Well, Lloyd, I'm glad we're not conflicting with anyone. I mean, it's good. Anyway, here's a joke that I know is new. I mean, you can't fool me on it. Now, listen. A man who stuttered asked the boy where the post office was. And the boy said...
Wait a minute. So that's a new story, huh? Well, Freddie Allen told it last week.
The same joke?
Yes, in the same post office.
It's too bad our program doesn't go on at 6 a.m. Well, here's a joke I know that hasn't been used. I wrote it myself. Now, listen. There was a cross-eyed judge examining three fellas, see? And the cross-eyed judge...
Hello, everybody. Hello, Jack. When did you get back from Chicago?
Yesterday.
Why?
Oh.
No. I mean, did you have a nice trip?
Yeah, now listen, Parker. There was a cross-eyed judge.
There always was.
Oh, yeah? And what program did you hear that?
Team Cut.
Hello, everybody. Hiya, Frankie. Hello, you.
Oh, right. And what's this? Who are you?
Mary Livingston sent me over to take her place.
Oh, Mary Livingston sent you over. Well, this is a surprise. I mean, what do you do?
I'm fine. What do you do?
I didn't say not. I didn't say how do you do. I said what do you do?
Well, I sing, dance, wash dishes, mind babies, and I imitate God.
A versatile little girl. Are you related to Miss Livingston?
No, but my father is.
Oh, your father. What is he, an uncle or a cousin?
Janitor.
A janitor,
Yes. And have you got to go down at our house?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Really, we can't... I'm awfully sorry, but we can't use you.
But Miss Livingston paid me already. She gave me $50 to take her place.
Well, send her back a quarter and go home,
Nothing doing. I got paid for this, and I'm going to stay.
Now, listen, young lady, I don't like your looks, and I don't want anyone to take Mary's place. Now, go away and don't bother me.
Sure, I'll have dinner with you. What time?
Oh, yeah, I've had enough of you. Listen, if you had a brain, you'd be a half-wit.
I heard that on Burns and Allen's program.
Give me that club, will you? Come here, you.
Say, Frank,
Well, the fan mail certainly piles up. Just think, folks, I've been away only a few days, and here are several thousand letters. Oh, let's see how we're doing. After all, you can't go by the applause in the studio, Here's a letter, from a lady in Sioux City, Iowa. It says, Dear you with the no draft ventilation. I heard your program last Sunday in which you gave us Little Women, and I liked it very much. Please send me an autographed picture of Amos and Andy. Folks, it's letters like this that make you want to carry on, believe me. Here's a letter from a gentleman in Erie, Pennsylvania. It says, Mr. Jack Benny, dear sir, I have been listening to you for a long time. Now you listen to me. That play you gave us last week, so-and-so, yours truly, Leonard Pencil. The big punk, what does he know about radio anyway? Hey, Frank? Here's a letter from Miami, Florida. It says, Dear Mr. Benny, see if you can use this. In the land of golden sunshine down in Floridor, it is then that we all know winter's here no more. Dear old winter, dear old... Wait a minute, who's this from? Oh, Mary Livingston, I see. Well, I'll read one more. Here's a letter from Mr. Clifford Gordon of Chicago. It says, Dear Mr. Benny, although you do good plays and act them well, I'm afraid you're overlooking a great angle when you ignore mystery. Everybody loves a mystery, the suspense, the thrills, the continual chase. All right, Mr. Gordon, we get it. Anticipating your letter, we fortunately have been rehearsing a mystery play all week, and we will put it on tonight for your pleasure. It is called The Green Room Murder by S.S. Van East. And here is the mystery. A man was murdered on the Rue de la 8th Avenue and 45th Street near the Merlin Rouge Laundry. Now, who was this man? Where did he come from? Why was he murdered? And who done it?
Jack, you know your English is very bad.
Well, so is this play. Now, I will play the part of the mastermind, the great detective. Yes, Avrilla, for the advertising. And now, while we are setting the stage, Frank Parker, our mysterious tenor, will sing You're in My Heart. Are you ready, Parker?
Yes, sir.
Then sing. And now for our mystery, The Green Room Murder. Murder. M-O-I-D-E-R.
The first scene is the home of Mr. and Mrs. Rouge on the Rue de Tom Quam Quam.
On 8th Avenue and 45th Street. Curtain. Music, Frank.
Good. Nobody leaves this room. A man has been murdered.
You can't hold it. I'm going. Well, this is an outrage. I couldn't do it.
I gotta go. I can't be implicated in this.
Nobody leaves this room. I'll call headquarters. Operator. Get me police headquarters right away.
Hello? Hello, yes, it's police headquarters. Detective O'Benny, the mastermind, speaking. Yes, O'Benny, the William Powell of the air. What's that? Never mind how long I've been a detective. What do you want? What? A murder in your home? What time did it happen? 8:15? And you're inviting me now when it's all over, eh? Could have given me a week's notice. Okay, I'll be right there. What is it, Chief? Murder at 934 Rue de la 8th Avenue. Well, let's get going. Wait a minute, Sarge. Calling all cars. Calling all cars. Murder on the Rue de la 8th Avenue. Calling all cars.
And when you're calling for cars, ask for the Chevrolet, the most dependable car in the low-price field.
Calling the whole thing off. Calling the whole thing off. Come, Sergeant Hadrilla. We're going to a murder.
What do you think I ought to wear?
Just what you've got on. It's not a formal affair. Let's get going. Get in, Sarge. Let's go. Come on, Sarge. Step on it.
I'm going 80 now.
I mean, step on my cigar butt. I just dropped it. Slow up. Here comes a traffic cop.
Hey, you two mubs. Pull over your car.
When you around?
Oh, yeah? Well, I heard that on the Rudy Valley program.
For heaven's sake, can I get a new joke in somewhere?
You know you fellas was going 80 miles an hour?
Well, everybody knows that's easy for the 1934 Chevrolet.
Quiet, Sarge.
I've got a good mind to give you the ticket.
You know, there are two of us. We'd like to see the Ziegfeld Follies.
Wait a minute. Who are you, anyway?
Detective O'Benny, the mastermind.
And you?
Sergeant Avila, the new action wheel.
Oh, yeah? Well, look me over, boys. I'm Napoleon.
I heard that on Baron Munchausen's program. Well, come on.
Hey, wait a minute. Heard the stuff I heard on Will Rogers' program.
Step on it, Hadrilla. Hey, Sarge. How far is this going anyway?
Right away, Jet, Chief.
Oh, well, let's turn on the radio. Tell me, Frank. So now symbols from our mystery must be in Spain somewhere. And now, on with our mystery. The Green Room Murder. I think this is the place, Sarge.
Okay, Chief.
That's the house, 934.
But this is 10th Avenue.
What's the difference? We have no time to lose. Let's get going.
Come in.
Is this the house where the murder was committed?
Yes. Are you detective?
Are we detectives? We got our hats on, haven't we?
We're from headquarters. What happened here tonight?
A man was shot in the green room.
Where's the green room?
What?
Any other place?
No, just in the green room.
Oh, just in the green. Where is it?
One slide up. Don't go in the blue room. They're having a party in there.
You know who fired the gun?
No, but the boss fired the cook, and I expect to be fired in the morning.
Now we're getting someplace. Make a note of that, Sarge.
Okay, Chief.
Come on, young lady. We'll need you.
Let's go upstairs.
Wait a minute. I guess this is it. Open that door. Open that door, I say. Oh, you won't do it, eh? Well, then we'll break it in. Come on, Sarge. Give it the work. Come on out, all of you.
That's the bathroom.
Oh, pardon. Why didn't you tell us that was the bathroom?
You're the mastermind, not me.
Oh, a fresh game, eh? Well, where is it?
It's that room over there.
Come on, Sarge, and don't lose sight of the maid. Now, wait a minute, everybody. Nobody leaves this room.
Yeah, who are you?
Detective O'Benny, the mastermind. Sarge, you watch the door and see that nobody leaves.
Okay, Chief.
And guard that rat hole.
Oh, you don't want to get away either.
Quiet. Did anybody know the dead man?
I did. He was a friend of mine.
Yeah, who are you?
Well, this is my apartment. We were playing bridge here tonight.
How many you were playing?
Well, there were 9 of us. You see, we were all sitting at the table.
Now, wait a minute. 9 playing bridge? You sure it wasn't baseball?
No, we had no umpire.
Oh, you have no umpire, eh? But how could 9 of you be playing bridge at one table?
6 of us were dummies.
Now we're getting someplace. Make a note of that, Sarge. Okay, Chief. Where were you when the shot was fired?
Sitting right here, with a gun in my hand.
Oh, I know you didn't do it. Did you have anything else in your hand besides the gun?
No.
All right, you're dismissed. Let him go, Sarge. Okay, Chief. Now you, miss. What do you know about this murder?
Well, I did once say...
Yes. Go on.
Then the Kiddies went round and round and round and round. And the murdered man got to get first, no crumb.
I see. And then what happened?
Well, everything was fine until he let his stick face. And then he was killed.
Oh, somebody killed him just because he was lucky and had 5 aces, eh? Did you know the dead man?
Yes, he was the best friend I had in the whole world.
Oh, Chief, look. There's a name from the dead man's back.
Never mind the petty things. I want to know who shot him.
Give me that knife. It's mine.
Here you are, miss. Sorry we detained you. Let her go, Sarge. Okay, Chief.
Thank you.
Be careful how you leave that knife laying around, miss. You might lose it.
I'll go feather your neck.
Make a note of that, Sarge. Feather your neck. Okay, Chief. Now you in that full-dress suit. What's your name?
Frank Black.
Frank Black, eh? What do you do for a living?
I'm an orchestra leader.
Oh, you do nothing, eh? I get it. Now, listen, did you know the deceased?
Certainly. We roomed together. He was the best pal I ever had.
Boy, was he popular. What time did you get here tonight?
It was 8:15.
Yeah, how do you know it was 8:15?
Well, I heard Eddie Canada kidding Rubinoff.
Now we're getting someplace. What is Rubinoff doing?
He was playing Mendelssohn's Wedding March.
Oh, yeah? Sarge, get Mendelssohn on the phone.
Okay, Chief.
Oh. Hello, Mendel? I want to speak to your son. Hello. Is this Mendelssohn? Yes. Oh, you did? Okay, goodbye. What do you say, Sarge? He says he heard that on Phil Baker's program. Now we're getting someplace. Who that is? Put you a knock on the door. That's it.
Hello, Detective O'Benny.
Telegram, give it to me. Miami, Florida. Ask Mendelssohn if he knows the one about the ghost. Signed Mary Livingston.
Any answer, sir?
No.
Hey, the telegram is correct. 76 cents.
Let him out, Sarge.
Okay, Chief.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Now you, Frank Black.
What do you want?
Say, Chief, look. There's a rope around the dead man's neck.
Oh, yeah? Hey, Black, you know anything about this rope?
Sure, it's mine. Give it to me. I want to tie up some music.
Give him the rope, Sarge. All right, you can go, Black. I'm sorry this murder happened inside of your rope.
Thanks.
We'll solve this mystery yet. Now I want to speak to the maid again.
Yes, sir.
Now listen here, young lady. I want to ask you a few questions. Where were you when the shot was fired?
I was in the kitchen making up the bed.
What?
I was in the bed making up the kitchen.
You know any of the people here tonight?
Sure, these 2 girls here are friends of mine.
What 2 girls?
The nurse and the cook.
Yes. Anyway, make it over that, Sarge. Okay, Chief. So you girls were in showgirls together, were you?
Yes.
Well, what did you do?
Did you ever see a green black? Well, we did.
Oh, the So that's what killed him. Lock him up, Sarge. Okay, Chief. Hey, Frank. This is the last number of the 20th program on the 18th of February. Well, folks, here's a telegram for you, Mr. Benny. Telegram, here you are, boys. From Mary Livingston. She says, just heard your program. I better be back with you next Sunday night. Good night, folks.
Well, the way you play pinochle is suicide anyway. Well, listen, I'm going to get in here someplace. You know, I'll sit for you, Jack. Never mind that. Ask me what happened. You know? I know. Invited you to her house for supper, and you stayed 3 months. Well, listen, when I'm invited to someone's house for supper, I don't want them to think I just came for the meal, you know. No, but you don't have to sign a lease and move in. No. Well. Love's a funny thing, huh? It sure is. Oh, well. Yes, sir. It sure is. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the prize of the evening. We're going to offer... Hello, Jack. Hello. Tonight, we are going to present another sketch in our series. How've you been? Fine, thanks, fine. We're going to present another play, Away Line.
Hey, it's a great program you've got, Jack. And I haven't missed a one. I thought I'd drop up and see how you do it.
Thanks. Have a seat. Now, folks, if you remember last week, we gave you a thrilling murder mystery which we intended to continue.
You don't remember me, do you?
Well, your face is familiar, but not to me.
Oh, that's all right. You meet so many people.
Yes. Well, I'll be seeing you. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes, getting back to our play this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I remember you when you worked in a cafe in Montreal.
That's news to me. You'll have to pardon me, sir. I'm broadcasting.
Go right ahead. I don't mind. You say you're doing pretty good now, aren't you?
Yes, thanks. Havilla, take care of this man, will you please? My dear fellow, you'll have to wait until this program is over. After all, this is a broadcast.
Sure. But I know, Jack. I just want a minute at a time.
All right, Havilla. All right. Now, what is it? Hey, what is it? What do you want?
Well, to tell the truth, I hate to bring this up.
Yes.
I happen to be financially embarrassed, and, well, I just thought for old time's sake, you might be able to help me out.
Yeah, well, you certainly picked a fine time to mention it.
Well, I thought I'd get you while you weren't doing anything.
Oh. Well, come on, get to the point. I mean, what is it? I'm explaining something.
You're doing pretty good, aren't you?
Yes.
Could you let me take $20?
Well, I'm not doing that good. I mean, that's it.
Well, how good are you doing?
Well, here, look, here's $5. Now run along, and I'll see you again. See?
All right, I'll take it, but I'm awful disappointed. I thought you were doing better than that.
Well, so long.
So long.
See you again.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'll pay you back just as soon as I start working.
Well, what kind of work do you do?
I'm an automobile mechanic in Bermuda.
Bermuda? Listen, there are no automobiles in Bermuda.
Yeah, that's what's worrying me.
Oh.
Well, goodbye, Jack.
Goodbye, $5. I mean, young man.
Well, thanks again. I just want to tell you that you sure had a great orchestra when you were in Montreal. Yeah. Well, so long.
So long. Hey, wait a minute. I never had an orchestra in Montreal.
You didn't?
No.
Aren't you Jack Benny, the orchestra leader?
No, I'm Jack Benny. Benny.
Oh, my mistake. Well, so long.
So long. Hey, wait, so long nothing. You got my $5.
Oh, that's all right. Your money's as good as his.
How do you like that? Well, from now on, I'm Harry Lauder. Let him try and get $5 from that name.
Say, Jack, here's a special delivery letter for you.
Well, if it's from Miami, tear it up.
No. This is from Minneapolis.
Oh, it's probably for Jack Denny, but I'll open it anyway. Thanks. To whoever it may concern, dear Jack, last week you gave us a mystery play, and it certainly was a mystery if you remove the letter C. C. Oh, yes, I get it. A group of my friends were listening to your program last Sunday, and A bet B that you were once a floorwalker in a department store in Omaha, Nebraska. And C claims that you were fired from that position. Please tell us in tonight's broadcast who is right. Signed Minnie from Minneapolis. Well, Minnie, you're all right, but you don't know the circumstances. I expected somebody to bring that up, and tonight on this program, vindicate myself. I will keep nothing back from my public. And say, Jack, don't let those little things bother you. Go away, Haverhill. I must vindicate myself. I admit that I was a floorwalker in an Omaha department store, but I was not fired from that job. So immediately after the next number, I will give you a brief synopsis of this questionable incident in my life as a floorwalker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will reenact that episode in my life when I was a floorwalker in an Omaha department store, from which position I was not fired. I am here to vindicate myself. Play, Frank. Hey, wait a minute, Frank. Business was better than that, you know. We'll play something else, you know.
Right over there, madam. There's some fine precious in handbag. Thank you. Number four. Have this package wrapped up, please. Little change, madam. I'll take that thimble. Send it to OD, yes, madam.
Second floor. Ice cream, stove, polished chinaware, hamburger, onions, and lemons going up.
Say, Floorwalker.
Yes, madam. What can I do for you?
I want to get a baby smoking jacket.
Oh, a baby smoking jacket. How old is your baby?
He'll be 35 tomorrow.
And you'll find smoking jackets in the basement. We also have some nice hair tonic if the baby happens to be bald, you know.
Third floor, bathrooms, bungalows, peanuts, popcorns, and handkerchiefs. Going up?
Oh, dear me. This store is always so crowded.
Can I help you, madam?
Yes. I'd like to see some umbrellas.
Umbrellas, yes, madam. What kind?
The kind you keep over your head when it rains.
Another little joke like that, and I'll be glad to hold one over your head.
Thank you.
Just follow me, and I'll wait on you. You see, our sales lady in this department happens to be in Miami right now. Here we are. You know, lady, I think you're beautiful. You have such gorgeous eyes.
I just came here for an umbrella.
Oh, yes, huh? Now, here's something nice with an ivory handle.
No, I don't like ivory. Oh, there's a pretty one. It has such a beautiful handle, too. Is that mother of pearl?
No, that's father of Edwin.
Oh, well, I'll take a bar of soap.
Shall we send it, or will you use it here?
Yes.
Third counter to the right. Oh, Miss Kotsky.
Yes, sir?
Please, take care of this lady, please.
Oh, just a minute. Is that sign up there right? Money cheerfully refunded.
Well, that all depends, of course. Who's your lawyer?
Hunter Meyer.
Oh, in that case, your money will be cheerfully refunded.
Fourth floor, paint, varnish, powder puff, figs, raisins, and nuts. Going up?
That elevator hasn't moved yet. Say, are you the floorwalker here? Yes, sir. Can I help you? I want to buy a derby hat. I'll be glad to wait on you. We're a little short of actors. What size hat would you like? Oh, any size. I don't care. But I mean, what color derby? I'm not particular. Would you like black, tan, or gray? Oh, I don't care. It's for my trombone. I'm a hot musician. Oh. You know, that elevator boy wasn't such a good tennis for your idea. How do you do? How do you do, sir? Can I have it? I've been in the new 1934 Chevrolet. I felt that the minute you walked in. Where are you, Chevrolet? Just four blocks down the street at the Chevrolet agency. Doing some socks to tie? No, I just want a Chevrolet. I see. Well, how about shoes or a nice suit of clothes? No, all I'm interested in is a Chevrolet. Well, I'm sorry. Anything else? No, Chevrolet. You can go now, Hedwell. We're overdoing it, you know. All right, it's time for that elevator boy again.
Sixth floor, rubber, slip of boots to the left and right of us. Going up?
Ah, look who's coming. Well. Pardon me, madam. Well. Is there something I can do for you?
No.
I'll walk it here. What do you want?
I want to be alone.
You'll have no trouble in this store.
I'd like a food.
I doubt if we have your size, madam.
Then I think I'll go home now.
Yes, I would.
Who is that lady, Mr. Benny?
St. Francis. I thought you knew people.
Seventh floor, horse coats, candles, toothpicks, battleships, and Aspen. Going up?
Pardon me, Mr. Benny. I'm having trouble with a customer in my department. He wants a new coat, and all we have is seal, bear, and skunk.
How does she smell? I mean, where is she?
Right over here, Mr. Benny.
What seems to be the trouble, madam?
I wish to have my account closed immediately.
Madam, don't be so hasty. What's your name, please?
Mrs. J. Perkins Teague.
Oh, one of the Teagues. Well, Mrs. Teague, I can save you the trouble. Your account was closed last week.
I'll never buy another thing in this store on credit.
You're telling us. Well, Mrs. Teague, what seems to be wrong?
Well, I tried on every coat and it's too large.
Well, just what kind of a coat do you want?
Mother of pearl.
You just did that joke.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, here's a lovely coat right over here.
I tried that on before. It doesn't fit.
Well, would you like to see something compared?
Yes, but not any postcards.
Keep the program clean. Now, here's a real fox. We're featuring this number. Sort of a fox feature. Try it on.
This seems to fit all right. How much is it?
Let me see. $110.98. Now, step right over to the mirror and look it over.
That is pretty. Wait a minute. Hey, this is my own coat. I just took it off to try on some of yours.
But, madam, it's the only thing in the store that fits you.
Where's the proprietor? Where is the proprietor?
It's just a mistake, madam, I assure you.
Hey, what's the matter? What's going on here?
Oh, nothing, Mr. McGillicuddy. It's just a little mistake, that's all.
A mistake, eh? Who this man was trying to sell me my own coat.
Now, don't get excited, lady. We're here to please you. The customer is always right, especially in this store. And here you live her with a shout. One, but mad. Next to you. Oh. Now, here's your salary. Go ahead and go.
Oh, yeah? Well, you can't get me to stay here if you paid me $1 million.
You're fired. Come on, lady. I'll tell you some pizza for $35. It's worth $50, but you can have it for $12.
Don't ask me to come back. I'm through.
Get out.
Oh, trying to get me back, eh? Well, I quit. And when I say I'm through, I'm through.
Main floor, all out including the Floorwalker.
This is the last number of the 21st program on the 25th of February. Well, folks, I must leave you now. We'll be back again next Sunday night. I hope you all liked the little incident in my life as a Floorwalker. And I'm glad that I have vindicated myself. By the way, Frank, what does vindicate mean?
Well, vindicate is like taking a newspaper article and sending it to all the different papers in the country. You know, you vindicate an article.
Frank, that's vindicate.
Yes, some people call it that.
Good night, folks. Good night.
And now for that vindicated Floorwalker, Jack Benny.
Thank you very much. Hello again, this is Jack Benny. Remember me, the Garbo of the air? I mean the Clark Gable of the air? Well, here I am again.
Wait a minute, Jack. Why do you compare yourself with Clark Gable? Where's the connection?
Oh, I don't know. I think we have something in common. I mean, Clark Gable is a screen lover, and I'm known as an air lover.
Air lover?
Yes, I love the air. I think fresh air is invigorating.
Oh, I didn't get it at first.
Neither did I. I'm glad we got that straightened out. But really, as I am, I'm a fresh air fiend. I'm fond of outdoor sports, and I even sleep outdoors.
Why don't you pay your rent?
Say, Frank, why don't you come in late sometime like Frank Parker?
Why don't you?
Oh.
So, you're an outdoor man, eh? What's your favorite sport?
You mean hobby?
Yes.
Well, I like horses. I'm an equestrian.
You're a what?
I say I'm an equestrian. I ride horses.
A Hungarian can do that, too.
But not like an equestrian.
I think we both showed up too early.
Yes, Frank, you took the words right out of my script, didn't you?
Well, if you ride horses, Jack, you must be interested in polo.
Polo?
Yes, polo. That requires horsemanship.
Of course, but then there are two kinds of polo.
North polo and south polo.
No, wait a minute, Frank. I mean, there's land polo and then there's water polo.
Yes, that's right. In land polo, you ride a horse.
Yes, that's it. In the water polo, you ride a fish.
You should be good at riding fish, Jack.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you certainly can hold on to a fin.
Oh, good. There will be a slight pause until everybody gets that joke, you see, folks, a fin is $5.
Don't worry, they get it.
I know, they get it.
Well, my name is Frank Carson, and hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, Parker. Say, we were just talking about polo. They tell me you're quite a polo player.
You're right, Jack, but it happens to be basketball.
Oh, I knew I was hot there somewhere. Say, Lord, what's the matter with Parker? I mean, look at the way he keeps turning his head all the time.
Yeah.
Say, Parker, what's the matter with you? Nervous tonight?
Oh, why?
I mean, what do you keep turning your head around for?
Well, I spent all week at the 6-day bicycle races.
Oh, do you like it that much?
No.
Well, why'd you stay there all week?
Well, I hate to walk out in the middle of a performance.
That's courtesy, yes. It's a good thing you didn't see 10 nights in a bar room,
So you're an outdoor man, eh?
Why bring that up? I thought we were through with that.
No, Jack. That's what we were talking about when Parker walked in. Yes, sir. The outdoor life is the only life.
You said it.
He lives in the open all the time. It's very hard.
There's an Indian on a nickel in your pocket that would like to get out in the open, too.
Oh, yeah? Well, you got the first dollar you ever made.
I admit that, Frank, but you know me. I'm saving up for a little nest egg.
Who's going to lay that egg, King Kong?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have something different. Something novel, original, and away from the usual hokum. Say, Parker, lock that door. I want to keep the pets out of here tonight. And last Sunday, a fellow came in, borrowed $5 from me. I didn't even know him. I mean, not that I care about the $5. Listen, fellas, you know me better than that. I mean, money means nothing. With me, it's easy come
and slow departure.
That last remark was made by Frank Black, who pickles his salary and lets it age for 12 years. Stop that, will you, Black?
No, you're entitled to one laugh.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, nobody's talking to you, Avrilla.
I was.
Say, what is this, anyway?
Hey, you better answer that, Parker, and remember I'm out, okay?
I'm sorry, Jack Benny isn't in.
Get out of my way. That's a fine way to treat a lady who's been on a vacation. The idea of locking...
Well, Mary Livingston, for heaven's sake, Mary, well. Hey, this is a surprise, isn't it? It sure is.
Well, hello, Mary. When did you get back from Florida? Gee, you have a swell tan.
Well, it's a sort of a Catherine Hepburn. You like that?
That's good, huh?
Hello, Parker. Did you get my postcard?
No, Mary, I didn't.
Oh, here it is. I forgot to mail it.
Yeah, well, that's why you didn't get it, Parker. Mary, you sure look fine, huh?
Thanks, Jack. And you know I wrote a poem while I was away.
Yeah?
Listen, see how you like it.
Oh.
Way down south in Mexico. O.
Yes.
Well, that's as far as I got. You know, I was so busy running around here and there.
Oh, sure. So you must have had a swell time in Florida. Did you visit the Everglades?
No, I dropped over, but they weren't at home.
Oh, okay.
And Jack, you
I
know...
stepped into that. Pardon me. Go ahead.
The other night I saw the Canada Dry fight.
Oh, so you're the one who saw it, huh? Well... I waited for that laugh. I'm no fool, huh? So you saw the Carnera Lockland fight. Who won?
Max Bear.
Oh. Now we're getting someplace, huh?
Oh, look, boys, I brought you all souvenirs from Miami. Just a little remembrance.
Gee, that's awfully sweet of you.
Gee, thanks, Mary.
Yeah, I got them right here in this package. Jack, you open it, will you?
Sure, yeah.
You know what I got for you, Parker?
No, what?
Oh, it's a surprise, and the only one in Florida.
What is it?
A California orange.
Mary, if you ever go to Los Angeles, send me a Florida grapefruit, will you? You know?
If I think of it, Jack.
Well, think of it.
And here's something for you, Havilla. Guess what it is?
I give up.
A pinch of sand from Miami Beach.
But Mary could have got that in Coney Island.
Oh, not like this. Feel the goods in the sand.
Yeah, that's a nice piece of goods, yes. I wish you'd have brought me a bottle of air. They say the air is marvelous down there, you know?
Yes, until you get on the air Sunday night.
I get it. Huh?
And look what I got for Frank Flash.
This ought to be good.
Another cigarette case. Here it is, Frank.
Thanks, Mary. Gee, that's pretty. Well, wait, this is Mark greetings from Atlantic City.
Yes, I've been saving it for you since last summer.
You certainly brought some swell things from Miami. Nothing for me, Mary?
Oh, yes, Jack. I was coming to that. Here's a little souvenir.
What is it?
My hotel bill. Here.
$110.35?
Play, Frank.
Oh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to read our weekly fan letter. These letters have been piling up at the rate of one a week, and there seems to be no let-up. Anyway, here it is. Mr. Jack Benny, care of Box 4 Automat. Dear Mr. Benny, I have listened to several of your broadcasts, and as I am also doing nothing, I would like to get into your branch of our business. How can I become a master of ceremonies? Signed, John Winslow, Keyhole West, Florida. P.S. Please give me your answer Sunday night as I will be listening. Well, John, first of all, to be a successful master of ceremonies, you must have courage.
I'll say.
That also goes for an orchestra leader who just waves a stick and hopes for the best.
But, Jack, to be successful in any profession, you must have courage.
Yes.
What do you mean by courage, Jack?
Well, take an aviator. When he undertakes a long hop say over the ocean, he must have courage.
I thought he must have gas.
Well, yes, gas and courage, yes. And I want to tell you one thing right now. It takes plenty of courage to become a master of ceremonies.
And a little nerve.
And patience.
And gall.
Of course, if you have any talent, that's gravy. You know. You guys kill me, really. I mean, who do you think is the outstanding personality on this program?
The goat without a nose.
Well, keep him outstanding. Anyway, I think I'm good, and I have the courage of my convictions.
That's only one punk's opinion.
Oh, yeah, I don't like this in here. I don't like that remark, Black.
Well, what are you going to do about it? Boys, remember, after all, this is the Chevrolet program.
I still don't like that guy.
Courage. Well, you haven't got the nerve of a rabbit.
But the years are coming along all right.
Now, wait a minute. I've had enough of this. No stuffed-shirt musician is going to talk that way to me.
I resent that.
So what?
Gentlemen, please. All right. But I must uphold the honor of a musician. I hereby challenge Jack Benny to a duel with swords, pistols, or name your weapon.
I accept. Never let it be said that a Benny didn't have courage.
That's the idea, boys. That's the idea, I say, boys. You must both uphold your honor.
Yeah.
I suggest that we meet at the old graveyard, the outskirts of the city, in 10 minutes.
That suits me. The quicker the better. Come on, Mary. You want to go along?
Sure, I haven't been to a murder in weeks.
All right, get in my car and let's go. Play, boys. I'll be right back.
That's what you think. Come, Mary. Do I look yellow to you?
Yes.
Then let us away. I must defend my dignity and my honor.
Oh, Jack.
Yes, Parker.
Can I go along? I want to sing when I hear those guns.
Sing what?
Smoke that's in your eyes.
Play, boys. And now we take you to the scene of the duel. The old graveyard on the outskirts of the city. This is the place, boys. Right by the side of this old graveyard. Very convenient. That suits me. You don't scare me. I'm laughing, but I'm really.
My, what a place this is. And what a beautiful moonlit night for this occasion.
Yeah? There's a pretty tombstone. Let's see what it says. Here lies the body of Sam O'Toole. He lived till he fought Frank Black a duel. This must be Black's home ground.
What are you shaking for, Jack?
Nothing, Mary. I was just thinking what might happen to poor Frank. You know, after all, he's not a bad guy.
Don't worry about me. Well, boys, let's get started. Yes, let's get it over with. I got to get back to the studio.
Yeah, who don't?
You won't.
Are you nervous, Jack?
A little bit.
Well, then wait a minute. I've got an idea.
What is it?
Well, quiet. See, Frank, see that tombstone over there?
It's awfully dark, Mary.
Well, here's what it says. Here lies the body of old Mick Kenny. He fired first and missed Jack Benny.
Oh, yeah? Well, I won't miss him.
Where'd you see that tombstone, Mary?
I made it up myself. I thought I'd scare him.
Atta girl.
See how scared Frank Black is now?
Come on, let's get going.
He certainly is.
All right, boys. Step up here to this line.
Okay.
Now, here are 2 sharp knives and 2 revolvers. It's up to you men to decide which to use. I'll take a knife.
That's fair. Give me a gun.
Then I'll take a gun, too.
The big copycat.
Well, sticks and stones might break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
Who's cussed you?
Nah. Boys, stop playing. Now, both of you turn your backs and step 10 paces from each other.
I think 10 blocks would be better, don't you, Eloise?
No, 10 paces.
How much is 10 paces, Mary?
About $3 in American money.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, wait a minute, just a minute. If you don't mind if I go over and practice a while, I haven't used a gun since our murder mystery.
If your opponent agrees, yes. I don't mind, but make it snappy.
Hey, Jack, don't worry about Frank Black. He couldn't hit a wedding with a handful of rice.
But, Mary, these are bullets, not rice. Well, I'll try a few shots at the target over there by the fence. Watch this, Mary.
Great, Jack. Try another one. That's swell.
All right, where's that guy, Frank Black? Bring him on. Hey, what was that?
That's Frank Black practicing.
Oh, he's good, too. Just a palooka. He missed. My mistake. Must have been a lazy bullet. Oh, he does tricks, too.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go. Are you ready, Jack?
Yes, but if Frank wants to apologize, it's okay with me, you know.
No, if you back out now, you'll be the laughing stock of the town.
Yeah, well, at least I'll be able to hear it.
You've got to go through with it.
Okay. Are you all right, Mary?
Never felt better in my life. Associated Press.
Mary, here's $10. Bet it on me. I think you can get 10 to 1.
I'll give it 15 to 1 myself.
The bet's off.
So when I get through with you, you'll look like a golf course. 18 holes.
Yeah, listen here, Black. I'm going to fill you so full of holes, you look like the no-draft ventilation.
Thanks for the plug, Jack.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, fellas. What are you doing around here?
Who are you?
I'm the game warden. Say, what are you doing with those guns? Don't you know this isn't the hunting season?
Hey, this is a duel. We're just going to shoot each other. Of course, if you want to stop us, that's your business.
No, go right ahead. But be careful. Don't kill any of those ducks. Don't worry. Jack Benny's the duck I want to kill. Okay, boys. So long. Well, for heaven's sake, let's get started.
All right. I'm ready.
Good job, Jack. What can you do?
You're right, Mary. Napoleon is dead, and look how popular he is.
Now, boys, turn your backs to each other, and when I blow this whistle, mark one pieces. When you hear the second whistle, turn and fire, and may the best man win.
Don't worry, Ma. I'll be right home.
Same here, Ma.
One of us is lying.
Why, yes, sir. That guy couldn't hit Kate Smith with a football.
Frank, come here. You hurt? No, I'm fine.
My heavens.
What's the matter?
We shot at Willa.
Where?
Right in the middle of the advertising. Jeff, I didn't shoot you, huh?
Same here, Jack. From now on, let's be pals.
Play, Frank, play. Number of the 22nd program on the 4th of March. We'll see you again next Sunday night. Our own little happy family. Say, have Willa. Come here. I don't want the folks to think you were really shot. You know, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, we were only kidding. I wasn't kidding that time. Good night, folks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our master of ceremonies, but a gentleman nevertheless, Mr. Jack Benny.
Thanks. Hello again. This is Gentleman Jack talking, America's representative youth, and unless I am mistaken, the Bull Brummel of the air, and by my own consensus of opinion, a swell guy.
I must say you're modest.
Oh, yes, Lloyd, I'm not a bit egotistical. In fact, I'm much nicer than I think I am.
That may be. But I certainly think you could be a little more careful about your appearance on the Sunday night program.
Why, Aloy Chevilla. Yes, the first time I thought of that, isn't it? What do you mean?
I mean this, that you might at least wear a collar and tie.
But Aloy, I'm broadcasting. I mean, who can see me?
So, that isn't the idea. You must wear a collar on Sundays.
Listen, Avril, in New York State, only dogs must wear collars.
Maybe that's what he meant.
Well, I wish you fellows would let me alone. I have so many clever things to say tonight, really.
Well, I didn't mean to get personal about your collar and tie, Jack.
No.
But after all, our listening audience imagines this is an elaborate studio.
Yes, of course.
They also imagine that we're immaculately dressed.
Yeah, well, let them imagine that I'm wearing a collar and tie.
He's right, Jack. Look at that suit you've got on.
Yeah, what's the matter with it?
Nothing, but you can get a press for 40 cents.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
Where's your other suit, Jack?
This is it, Aloy.
Is that the only suit you've got?
No, I have two. Of course, the other one is a bathing suit. It's still pretty cold out, you know. You know, this suit I'm wearing now was made to order.
Made to order?
Yes, for Slim Somerville. That was Frank Black's line, folks, but I beat him to it, you know.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Jack.
Hello, Mary.
Say, Jack, I'd like to get a shave before you come to the studio.
It's none of your business.
Well, it's a barber's business. You have to eat, too.
Ah, friends, don't let my gang disillusion me. I'm just a little eccentric, that's all.
Thanks. What does eccentric mean?
Cheap.
Oh, sure. I think Jack's very eccentric.
Thanks.
Well, here I am if it means anything.
Oh, hello, Parker. Say, Parker, do you see anything the matter with me?
Well, you're all right, but your shoes need to shine, and I don't like that shirt.
Well, as long as I'm all right, why worry, you know?
Is that a first-run shirt you're wearing?
What do you mean, first run?
Did it make its first appearance on your back, or did somebody else break it in?
Listen, this shirt... No, wait, this shirt belongs to me.
Well, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
Sure, when you're as old as that shirt, you'll look bad, too. You didn't beat me to that one.
Yeah. That was Frank Black, who gets more mileage out of a pair of socks.
Well, at least I wear them.
Oh. Well, I could say something, but one of us has to give in, you know, folks. You can't fight all night.
Say, why don't you fellas leave Jack alone? You're always picking on him.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks.
You're welcome. But for heaven's sake, comb your hair. That doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, well, I haven't got a comb.
Well, put a chalk line in the middle.
Now, listen, wait a minute. Listen, all of you. I had enough of this tonight. Clothes and appearance mean nothing. It's all bunk about clothes making the man. Did Columbus wear a tuxedo when he discovered America?
No, it was an old Spanish costume.
All right, wait a minute. All right, I'll grant you that gag. But when Lincoln posed for the penny, did he worry about clothes?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, then let's take Washington. When he crossed the Delaware, did he wear an evening suit?
No, he crossed in the morning.
All right, then, let's take, oh, never mind. Play, Frank. Frank, you should have put that mule in reverse, you know. And now we're going to hear from Frank Parker, our romantic tenor, who will sing, Frank, what do you want to sing tonight?
With a song in my heart, since spring is here.
What, no smoke gets in your eyes?
Well, I cut out smoking. I just want to sing.
Oh, I see. Well, Parker, listen, before I forget it, I received a fan letter this morning requesting that you sing a certain number. It's, Mary, hand me that letter, will you?
Oh, this job is just one thing after another. No rest, no recreation, just 1.5 hour of solid toil.
Give me that letter, will you? There it is, Frank. It says,
Jack Benny, care front of Ritz-Carlton Hotel, New York. It's funny how people find out where you're living. It says, we'll be listening to your program Sunday night. Please ask Frank Parker to sing Home Again and sign John Dillinger. What is that?
John Dillinger?
Yes, it says John Dillinger, FRD 7, Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, or where do you think? Just a man about town. I think we better answer that. Mary, take a letter. Say, Mr. John Dillinger.
USA?
Or Canada. Dear sir, if you will send us a 3-cent stamp and your address, we will be glad to mail you a copy of this song.
Is that all, Jack?
That's all. Sing, John. Parker. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our weekly surprise. I know that many of you have seen that very entertaining motion picture, Henry VIII. Now, tonight, we are going to offer...
Say, Jack.
Yes, Eloy.
Some of my friends listened into our program last Sunday, and they were talking about that duel you fought with Frank Black.
Well,
I hate to bring this up, Jack, but it's the general opinion among my friends that you lack courage.
Tell him to perish the thought, Eloy. I mean, in the first place, we were only kidding. And personally, I think fighting a duel is rather foolish. You don't gain anything by it.
Oh, that's true.
If you know Eloy, I'd like to find some other way of showing Black that I'm gamer than he is.
So would I.
You see, he's always ready to start an argument.
Well, there ought to be some way of settling this little feud between you two to find out who is the gamer.
I think so.
Why don't you fellows toss a coin and see which one buys a drink?
No, I think that's overdoing it a little, you know.
Yes, there must be some other way of...
Yeah, I think so. I wonder what would be a real test of courage.
Hey, boys, I've got a great idea.
What is it?
Listen, I know where there's an old haunted house, the weirdest place you've ever seen. People are even afraid to pass there.
Where is it?
Oh, about 12 miles out on Gun Hill Road. Nobody has lived there for years. And the only 3 people who ever entered that house were never seen again.
So what?
Well, why don't you and Frank each spend the night there? And the fellow who comes out alive wins.
Oh, isn't there any place money?
No.
Oh.
Well, how about it, Frank? Are you game? How about you, Jack?
Me too.
These heroes come to you through the courtesy of Chevrolet, the most dependable car in the low price.
Well, I suggest we drop the whole thing and...
Nothing doing. You will hurt the dignity of this program.
Don't be afraid, Jack. I'll go with you.
Is it all right if I take my orchestra along?
No. This is a test of courage between you 2 men. Now, which one of you will volunteer to spend the first night in the haunted house? I said, which one of you 2 will spend the first night there?
This is a quiet program tonight.
How about you, Black?
I'd love to, but I have some musical arrangements to make tonight, and
Now, how about you, Jack?
Well, I have to help Frank. I know something about music, too.
I'll tell you what. I'll toss a nickel, and the loser will have to spend the first night in that haunted house alone. What do you say, heads or tails?
Yes. Here goes. Heads. Tails it is. You lose, Jack. Congratulations. Okay, I'll go. Well, so long, gang. So long, Jack. Don't forget to write.
Hey, let's all ride down with Jack and see that he gets in the right house.
Oh, you don't have to come along. I'll find it and find it. And
Oh, yeah?
Don't bother.
Well, we're going with you. Come on. Everybody, I'll drive you out there.
Okay with me.
Me too.
Hey, boys, we'll be right back.
Okay, guess we might as well get back. So long, Jack. Sleep tight.
Goodbye, Jack.
Hey, aren't you going to stick around?
No, I'm going to the cotton club.
Oh, have a good time, huh?
Come on, fellas, let's go.
So long. I guess I better get in the house before it rains. Where's Lindy? Well, Pete, come on, we're going places. Let's walk up those steps like a teenager. Well, this is a haunted house, eh? I bet it's just an old shack with a bad reputation. Well, here's the bell. Maybe there's someone home. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Well, might as well go in and get to bed.
inside now. Everything looks nicely arranged in the parlor. I played bridge, boy. There was nobody in the theater. What's that? Oh, just an old clock ticking. It's funny how these little things affect you. All right. Guess I might get some help to down. All alone. Yes, all alone. That's the wind blowing the shutters. Gee, I'm really scared. Wait till Black gets here tomorrow. Oh, boy. Yeah, I wonder if this is really a haunted house. Nice. I'm going home. Who's that? Who's that coming down the stairs? Funny, I can't see anyone.
Did you ring for me, sir?
What?
Did you ring for me?
That's strange. I hear a voice, but I don't see anybody. Who are you?
I'm the ghost of the maid who used to work here.
Yeah, but where are you?
Right here beside you.
That's news to me.
Don't be afraid. I suppose you're hungry after your long trip here.
Yeah.
What can I bring you to eat?
Funny, I don't see you, but I'll have a ham and egg sandwich.
Good. I will bring you a phantom ham and egg sandwich.
And be a phantom egg, but I must see the ham.
First, let me show you around the house. Follow me.
But I can't see you.
I heard you broadcast and I can't see you either.
That's good.
Come with me.
Where are you? Where are you, I say? Oh, Jack, it must be your imagination. That was no maid. What's the matter with you? Are you losing your nerve? Oh, yeah? I'm getting out of here. Where's that door? That's funny. I could have sworn there was a door here, and now it's a fireplace. Oh, maybe. Just my nerves. I gotta sit down here and take it easy. I must quiet myself.
Focus in your eyes. Focus in your eyes.
What's that saying? That's queer. I've heard those songs so much, I imagine I'm hearing them now. Chevrolet, 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 Chevrolet. Who said that? Who said that? Calm yourself, Jack. Just listen, that's all. Oh, sit down, Emperor Jones. You was all right. You're hearing things, that's all.
Sometime, well, come.
Who's that? Who's that?
Well, come.
It's May. Where are you, May? I can't see you.
I'm not making any personal character.
Sit down, Jack. You're expecting too much from a haunted house. Chevrolet. Quiet. You're overdoing it. I must get out of here. I don't care if Frank Black does win this bet. Who are you?
Oh, since the pet keeps running around.
The ghost of Mahatma Gandhi. Say, ghost, come here. I'd like to ask you. Chevrolet. There it goes again. Don't tell me you didn't hear that. I'm getting out of here before I go mad. There must be an exit someplace. Ah, there's the door. I wonder where it leads to. I'll try it anyway.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking.
Hey, wait a minute. Who are you?
I'm the ghost of Jack Benny.
But I'm not dead yet.
That's what you think.
I must get out of here. There's a place marked exit. It says walk, don't run. It's a fine time for jokes. Please, look at it, dark.
Stop.
Who are you?
Sarah Livingston.
Sarah Livingston?
Mary Livingston's great-great-grandmother.
Funny, you don't look a day older than Mary. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for the ghost without a nose.
You're telling me, huh? How do you get out of here? Please tell me.
Walk up that flight of stairs and Mary Livingston exit. Follow that exit to the bathroom.
The bathroom? Can I get out that way?
No, but you can take a bath.
Thanks. Now we're getting someplace. I must try something else.
Try the new 1934 Chevrolet.
I'm going upstairs. There must be a way out of this house if it's through the chimney. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm not alone on these stairs. I hear lots of feet.
Hey, KJ, go home now.
Oh, the ghost of Garbo. Well, here I am upstairs. There's still no place. I don't get out of here, I'll go crazy. Here's the door. It's the key to the roof. I'll open it.
Hello, stranger.
What?
How do you say?
For heaven's sake, are you a ghost too?
What way?
Get out of my way.
I can't come hunting this house.
Haunting?
Of course. I was a hunter all my life. I used to hunt lions and tigers in Africa.
Well?
So one day a big lion chased me.
And what happened?
I was killed.
Oh.
Oh, here I am.
I know, but what brought you to this house?
Hey, once a hunter, always a hunter.
Must you get lonesome here?
No, my wife is here with me. Special. Baby.
Yeah, I like him, kid. Listen, Mr. Ghostberg, listen, please. Tell me how I can get out of this house.
Oh, you really just do?
Yes, I'm going nuts.
Well, I'll tell you what to do. Put on my bed sheet and walk right through that third door.
Why do I have to wear that sheet?
Well, they only let ghosts out of here. So remember the first way. If any other ghost stops you, just say, herring.
With our news.
No, just plain herring.
All right, give me that sheet. Is that the door there?
Yes. And remember, herring is the first word.
Goodbye, Mr. Ghostberg, and thanks.
Hello, stranger.
Herring, I say. Herring. Why, Frank, Parker, Mary, what are you all doing here? You're some brave guy. What are you doing with that sheet? Hey, what's the idea of this anyway?
Why, this is Frank Black's house. We're all here to play a little joke on
A
you.
joke on me, eh?
Oh, we were making all those noises in the other room.
Oh, you were, eh? You guys killed me. I knew it all the time. Play, Frank. The rat. A 23rd program on the 11th of March. So if we do now, we'll with you again next Sunday night. I hope you folks didn't think I was really frightened in that house. No! As if I didn't know they were kidding, you know. Still windy out. Well, Mary, come on, let's go.
All right, Jack. We'll take that bed sheet off first.
Good night, folks. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I was about to present Jack Benny to you, but I just found out that something has happened to him which I'd rather not mention here. However, we will do the best we can without him. So now, Frank Black and
Hello, Mr. Havilla. Tell me what's happened to Jack.
Nothing, Mary. Nothing to worry about.
Well, tell me what's happened, please.
Well, Mary, I hate to tell you, but it seems that Jack went out of his mind and they just took him to a sanitarium.
Oh, this is horrible. This is terrible.
Yes, I think fighting a duel with Frank Black and then spending a night in the haunted house was just too much for him.
Yes, and buying that round of drinks didn't help matters.
No.
So what's the matter, Mary?
Jack's been taken to a sanitarium.
Sanitarium? Why, I was just talking with him this afternoon. When did all this happen?
Oh, just a little while ago. Hey, it's only 2 blocks from here. Let's go over and see poor Jack.
Sure, come on.
Just for the post, Mary.
What can I do for you folks?
We want to see Mr. Jack Benny. He's a friend of ours.
Right this way. Follow me. Well, there he is in that padded cell. You can only stay 5 minutes.
I wonder if we can talk to him.
Yes, but be careful of what you say.
I better talk to him first. Hello, Jack. Don't you know me? I'm Mary Livingston.
Why, Mary. How are you, dear?
Don't you know where you are, Jack?
Well, yes, Mary. I'm in a sanitarium.
Dear Lloyd, he seems perfectly sane. They couldn't have him in here.
Oh, wait, I'll find out. How are you feeling, Jack?
Fine, Aloys. I never felt better in my life.
Well, then why have they got you in here?
Oh, I don't know, Aloys. All I know is I'm here, that's all. Oh, hello, Parker.
Hello, Jack. I'm awfully sorry to see you here.
Oh, that's all right, Parker. They'll find out their mistake.
Hey, Frank. We'll ask him a few questions.
Sure. Jack, you remember me, don't you?
Certainly, Frank Black. Hey, did you bring that fruit for me, Frank?
Yes.
Yeah, well, then stop eating it.
There's nothing the matter with you, Jack. What have they got you in here for?
Well, darn if I know. Say, Frank, there are a lot of people here who don't belong. See that fellow in the next cell?
Yes, Jack.
And you notice how quiet he is, never opens his mouth, doesn't interfere in anything?
What's the matter with him?
He thinks he's Vice President Garner.
But you don't think you're somebody else, do you, Jack?
Why, no, Mary. Of course not. I'm Jack Benny.
Well, I'm going to see the superintendent and make him let you out. Where's the superintendent?
In the 3rd cell. He just got through with his income tax.
and hollering numbers all day, you know.
But there must be something wrong with you, Jack. Tell me, did you lose your money in Wall Street?
Certainly not. I never lost a cent, Frank.
Is it a sweetheart?
Oh, don't make me laugh. I never had any trouble with women.
But you must be here for some reason.
I tell you, there's no reason. It's all a mistake. But it is not a mistake to buy the 1934 Chevrolet. The most dependable car in the low-price field.
It's the advertising engine.
It's V-action wheels, and it's featuring that ventilation.
Hold on.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize, really, for going off my nut. But after all, as Shakespeare once said, the whole world's an asylum, and we're all crazy about something or other. For instance, take the different nationalities. One is crazy about spaghetti. Another is goofy about herring. Winchell is that way about Bernie. Einstein is crazy about his relatives, and that's the way it goes. Say, Frank, isn't there something in the world that you're crazy about?
Sure, hazelnuts. I eat them all day.
There you are, folks. There's a nut that's nuts about nuts, see? Everybody has a weakness. Now, take Mary Livingston. Mary, really, what are you crazy about?
Well, I'm crazy about Clark Gable.
Oh, does he know it?
No, that's what makes me crazy.
Now we're getting someplace.
Say, Jack, can I get in on this?
Sure, Parker. What are you crazy about?
Garlic.
Garlic? Say, that reminds me, Parker. I wish you'd only be crazy about it on weekdays. Will you please, you know?
Why, all the opera singers eat garlic. In fact, it's the secret of my success.
Yeah, well, if you think it's a secret, you are crazy.
Well, what's wrong with that? I like garlic, too. I eat it all the time.
Mary, why do you eat garlic when you know it smells so bad?
Well, I tried eating roses, Jack, but they don't taste a bit good.
All right, Mary.
Let's hear from you, Jack. You must be crazy about something. What is it?
Well, Lois, I'm a collector of coins. I mean, that's my hobby. You know, I save rare old coins. Huh?
Yes, when they get in your pocket, they become rare.
Black again, huh?
And before they come out again, they're old.
Is that so? Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to see one of your coins make a personal appearance.
Oh, yeah? So what about that round of drinks I bought last night?
Round of drinks? Why, I paid for those.
Say, listen, Frank, can I help it if you picked up the check while I was out phoning?
Jack, there was no telephone in that place.
Yeah, well, that's my story. You'll have to give me time to change it, you know?
I thought so.
Yeah, so what?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, well, like a day.
I think so.
Awful dull night, isn't it, Jack?
Yep, nothing to talk about, you know. Anything new, Havilla?
Well, yes. The new 1934 show.
Yes. Well, so long, boys.
Where you going, Jack?
Back to the sanitarium, yes.
Sorry, Frank.
Yes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, again this week we received a fan letter. And if all the fan mail we get here land, it would reach twice around to Randy's nose. What other program can say this, huh?
Here's the letter, Jack.
This is from way out west in Arizona. Jack Benny, care of Staten Island ferry boat. He must have found out about my vacation, all right. It says, Dear Mr. Benny, although it costs us nothing to listen to you on the radio, we still feel cheated. In fact, if all the half hours we spent listening to you were placed end to end, they would read...
Twice around Randy's nose.
How did you guess it, Mary? We live out here in Arizona where men are men and women are the gosh darndest things. That's good. I wonder if you wrote it that way. And we would like to see you put on a real He-Man play of the wide open spaces, a real Western thriller. Signed Hal Crawford and Outfit, Delancey Gulch, Arizona. So they want a Western play, eh? Well, we will not put on a Western play tonight. It's too much bother on such short notice.
Telegram from Mr. Benny.
Here you are, boy. Let me have it. Jack Benny, NBC Studio, New York. Hope you received our letter, a Western play. Don't fail us. Cal Crawford.
You see, Jack, they insist on it.
But it's impossible, Mary. We can't do it. And Mary, answer that phone, will you?
Hello, yes. Yes, Mr. Benny received your telegram and letter asking him to put on a Western play.
Oh.
All right, I'll tell him. Goodbye.
All right, if that's what they want. Never let it be said that the Chevrolet program can't put on a Western play. Parker, go out and get 100 horses and some saddles.
Yes, Jack.
Have Willa round up a couple of 1,000 head of cattle.
Okay.
And you, Mary, you dig up some cactus.
How about a pin cushion? It's the same thing.
Okay, as long as it's Western, you know. Now for our great Western play of the Golden West, Arizona. The first scene takes place on the Benny Z Ranch in Poison Gulch, Arizona. The toughest spot between Phoenix and Ashford. Curtain. Music frame. Hey, wait a minute, Frank. We're not going out that far. You know, just Arizona, that's all, see?
Oh, pardon me.
You know, just Arizona, yeah.
Arizona, Arizona. That's better, Frank. Arizona. That's fine music they write out west, you know.
Your misfortune and none of my own. Well, Wyoming will be your home.
Well, there goes the old dinner bell. Come on, boys, let's get some chow into it.
That's a good idea, boss. I'm starved. Me, too.
Who said that?
I did.
Hey, when did you join this here outfit?
I checked my saddle in yesterday.
What's your name, son?
June.
Not Buck Jones.
No, his little brother, 50 cents.
Oh, half Buck, okay. Big joke, a two-bit joke, huh? Well, boys, let's go in. I'm so hungry I could eat a bar.
A chocolate bar?
No.
Bar?
No, a grizzly bar. That's the way we talk in the West.
West Virginia.
Yeah, let's keep May West out of this. Well, boys, let's go in and put on the feed bag, You know, we got a Chinese cook out here now. Hey, Lumpon, what do we got for supper tonight? Beans again, eh? Well, I want to tell you something. I'm not satisfied with your cooking.
All right, then. Why don't you get another Chinaman? Hey, boss, is that our Chinese cook?
Yeah, he's been listening to the rise of the Goldberg so much, finally got him. Come on, boys, sit down. The soup's here. I see that you fellas are all slicked up tonight. I don't reckon it's because Ma Niece is coming in today from back east.
Oh.
She's coming to stay out here at the ranch with us for a while.
They tell me she's a mighty pretty gal.
Yes, and I don't want any of you rough cowhands are shining up to her. Hey, say, Curly, stop broadcasting that soup. Hello, Ken. Where you been all day?
Oh, just a spinning my rope. I spent 6 hours without stopping.
Why?
To keep a hole in the center of it.
Now, you ought to be in pretty soon. Say, Curly, I want you to go down to the depot, meet Ma Niece, and bring her out to the ranch. Her name's Mary.
Okay, boss. Yippee, yippee.
I think the horse left first. Huh? Well, fellas, let's have a little cheer.
Come on, give us a... Come on, boys.
Hold it, fellas. Come in. Oh, Sheriff Avila of Carbolic County. How are you, Sheriff?
Okay, Coyote Jack. How's things on the ranch?
Not bad at all. Put down your saddle, saddle. Put down your saddle, and make yourself to hold. How about a little snort?
Well, don't mind if I do. I'll have a little iodine.
All we got is peroxide, but help yourself.
Look here, Coyote. Have you been branding your cattle lately?
Just a minute, boys. What's that, Sheriff?
I said, have you been branding your cattle?
I used to brand them with a red-hot iron, but I had to cut it out.
Why?
Smoke got in their eyes. So now I just use a rubber stamp. Say, Sheriff, what made you ask?
Well, I'll tell you. I saw some of your stock on the Columbus Circle Ranch this afternoon.
Yeah?
In other words, I think somebody's been rustling your cattle.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll check up on my herd right away. Hey, Canyon Pete.
Yes?
Have we been missing any cattle lately?
Yes, boss. Last month we lost 50 head.
I don't care about the head. The best meat's in the middle.
Well, I'm just warning you, that's all.
I reckon I better go out and check up on those critters. I'll be right back, boys. Come on, cattle, line up. Attention, I'll call the roll. Henry. John. Frank.
Moo.
That sounds familiar, yeah. Fight. Clarence.
I'll move to you.
And me to you, too, Parker. Sam. Oh, that's an A. Richard. The CC Ranch has got Sam and Richard. So they've been rustling my cattle, eh? Well, they ain't going to get away with it. Hey, boys, what do you think has happened?
What?
Our cattle's been took.
No. What do you think we ought to do about it?
I don't know. Let's have another tune.
Hello, Coyote.
It's Coyote, Mary.
Oh.
Tell me, gal, how's things back east?
Oh, fine. You remember?
Well, I'm mighty glad things are moving along, then. How's the automat, Mary?
They certainly do miss you. So this is the ranch house, eh?
Yeah, this is the old ranch house.
Gee, last week it was a haunted house and looks the same to me.
Quiet, Mary. Come in. Hello, stranger. What can I do for you?
Hey, my car just broke down. I'd like to borrow your ranch.
And this is a cattle ranch.
Oh, pardon me. I thought it was a monkey ranch.
Shut that door and keep these jokes off this ranch.
Well, you see, if he owned a Chevrolet, that couldn't have happened.
Right, Sheriff. Oh, Mary, this is our sheriff. Sheriff, this is my niece and back east.
Hello, Lloyd.
Hiya, Mary. Looks like you two met before, huh?
Well, Coyote, what are you going to do about those there cattle of yours?
I plumb forgot about that. I'm going right over to that TC ranch and get back our stock.
Better be careful, Coyote. Curly's been telling me about the bad man over in that ranch.
Yeah, who owns that outfit, Sheriff?
Rattlesnake Black.
That guy, eh? Just a tenderloin. A tenderfoot. Well, I'm going over there myself. I can handle him alone. Ain't no use. Come on, Pete. Saddle up my Bronco.
How about Groucho and Chico?
No, just the Bronco is all I want. Hey, Sheriff, how do I get that Columbus Circle ranch?
Well, you ride down Lennox Road until you get to Harlem Creek. Then you go through Central Park Canyon to Columbus Circle.
I can take the subway and get there quicker.
Say, boss, your horse is ready.
Well, reckon I'll better get it going. Hey, Pete, bring me my 5-gallon hat.
You only got a gallon left.
I'll take that. Come on, boys. I'll get Rattlesnake Black single-handed.
Atta boy.
Yippee! Oh, dynamite. Oh, take it easy, boy.
Come on, mount him, cowboy.
Say, boss, I forgot to tell you that horse ain't never been rode before.
Well, I never rode a horse before either, so we'll start in together. Oh, yeah? Say, Sheriff, do I have to get those 2 cows back?
You sure do, Coyote, for the honor of your outfit.
Oh, all right. Oh, dynamite, oh.
Come on, ride him, cowboy. Yippee!
Well, I'm on him anyway. Oh. Funny how a horse that's so full of hay can be so hard to sit on.
You always have that trouble with horses?
Yeah, last summer Saratoga, I didn't win a bet. Oh, there, horses. Nice now, Papa, give up. Fine way to advertise Chevrolet.
Oh, my heavens. Jack fell off his horse.
Look out, he's stepping on him.
Dynamite is now riding Jack. Oh, ain't that cute?
Oh.
Wait, I think he's hurt.
Oh, poor Jack. Jack, are you hurt? Jack. Oh, Sheriff, see if you can revive him.
Just a bit, quick. Oh, I'll be all right.
Here you are. Drink this. Speak to me. It's Mary.
Mary, take a letter, yeah?
Jack. But wait till I get this horseshoe out of your ear.
I'll leave it there. Might be lucky. Take a letter.
To whom?
Rattlesnake Black. Dear Rat. You've taken my cattle, but do you think I'm sore? No, you can have the ranch, the horses, and my 5-gallon hat, too. Signed Coyote Jack.
Is that all?
No. P.S.
P.S. What's that?
Play, Frank. That was the last number of the 24th program on the 18th of March. Well, folks, our time is up now, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night. And in parting, all I can say is, I'd love to spend this half hour with you.
That's all he will spend.
Good night, folks.
Jack Benny with Frank Black and his orchestra. And now for that man of mirth, humor, jokes, Rochester, Buffalo, Cleveland, and all points west, Mr. Jack Benny on track 5.
Thank you. Hello again. That was Aloys Havrilla, folks, who has me mixed up with the 20th century. I don't know, we're all goofy up here. You know, he's supposed to introduce me as Jack Benny, that big-hearted gentleman, but I guess he forgot his lines, you know.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, anyway, we got a scoop for you tonight. Real hot news.
let us be the first program to announce that today is Easter Sunday. Yes, sir.
Jack, how do you find out these things?
Oh, by just keeping my eyes open, Aloys. You know, always on my toes. And I want to tell you it was a pleasure today to see the ladies walking down Fifth Avenue in their new Easter clothes. Of course, they ruin the few bucks we try to save since Christmas, you know.
I'll say.
But after all, it's Easter, and the women do need new outfits. You know, first a green dress, then a green hat to match.
Oh, sure.
Sure, then they have to get a green shoes to match the hat.
Oh,
you know.
of course. Yeah.
Then a green bag to go with the shoes. Then they ask you for something green to put in the bag. You know, those legal blotters that the government keeps printing, you know. And then you married men have to start saving again. I'll tell you, fellas, the only way to hang on to your dough is to marry a Scotch nudist.
Jack, what are you talking about?
I don't know, Avrilla. There's a microphone here. I thought I'd use it, you know. However, as I was saying, it is nice to see people out in their new spring finery. New hats, new dresses, new suits.
And it is nice to see the new Chevrolet with its shining hood. It's beautiful to
I'll grant you that, Aloys. I'll grant you. After all, that's what we're here for, yes.
Hello, gentlemen. Happy Easter. How do you like my new coat?
Very nice, Mary. But say, why a raccoon coat? This is Easter.
I know, but they're so cheap this time of the year.
Oh.
You know, I'm getting 10% off.
Off what?
I don't know. Wait till you get the bill.
I see. Where were you all day?
Well, I was up in Harlem trying to get some colored eggs.
In Harlem? Why, Mary, you have to buy plain eggs and color them yourself. Of course, there are all kinds of eggs. You know, there's a chicken egg, there's a duck egg, then there's
Jack Benny.
Hello, Frank.
Happy Easter, Jack.
Happy Easter to you, Frank.
Yippee.
That was Yippee by Frank Black, which is equivalent to our Heidi-Ho, you know?
Yay, man.
Hey, Frank, you're raring tonight, really. What makes you so hot?
I've got on red flannel underwear.
Oh, so that's where the heat's coming from. I thought it was the radiator, you know?
I think it's a shame for Frank to come up here in his flannel underwear.
But Mary, he's wearing a full-dress suit over it, yeah?
Oh, I thought that was his underwear.
Mary, quiet. He can hear you, you know.
It certainly is a pleasure to be on the same program with you two.
Thanks, Frank.
I always wanted to go slumming.
Yeah, remember, folks, he's just a musician, that's all, you know.
Well, let me ask you something. What do you do that's so good?
Well, I
thought so.
You leave Jack alone. He has more talent in his little finger than you'll ever have.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I, but that's what he told me.
Atta girl, Mary.
Shut up.
Hello, everybody. Do you need me?
People just arrived. What's your name again?
Singing Frank the Chevrolet Man.
Oh, yeah. I thought I recognized you.
Yeah, I'm the fellow who paid the check last night.
Oh, sure. Hello, sucker. Say, Parker, I saw you on Fifth Avenue today. Who was that beautiful girl you were walking down the street with?
That was no girl. That was my cane.
I thought she was rather thin, yes.
No. Well, what were you talking about when I came in?
Well, nothing much. We were just talking about Easter clothes and so forth.
Oh, that reminds me, Jack. I wrote a poem about Easter.
Mary, will you stop writing those poems? That's the only trouble with this program.
Well, just listen to this one.
All right.
Easter comes but once a year, even as you and I. A rag of bone, a hank of hair. So the man worthwhile is the one who can smile on a happy Easter day. Hey, hey.
That was Frank Black and his orchestra by Mary Livingston.
That's the last poem I'll ever write.
There goes the telephone.
I'll take it, Jack.
Okay, Mary.
Hello? Yes? Yes?
Who's it for, Mary?
It's a rush call. They want to know if Mr. Onion from Bermuda's here tonight.
Why, Mary, this is April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah? I'll answer no more phones today.
Don't get sore, Mary. It's just a gag. Come here, now. We'll pull it on Frank Black. We'll have him call up a number and play a joke on him, see?
Well, doesn't he know it's April 1st?
He doesn't even know what year this is. Now, look, here's what we do. You go over and ask Black to call up Whitehall 41560 and ask for Mr. Mackerel.
Well, what's funny about that?
Mary, Whitehall 41560 is the aquarium.
That doesn't strike me funny.
Mary, don't you know what an aquarium is?
Sure, a person who rides horses.
That's an equestrian.
Oh, yeah? Oh, get it. Oh, yeah, I get it now. Oh, Frank.
Yes, Mary.
Will you do me a favor and call up Whitehall 41560 and ask for Mr. Maxwell? I'd like to talk to him.
All right, Mary.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you know what day this is?
Sure, it's Sunday.
Anything else?
No, just Easter Sunday.
Yeah, he doesn't know it's April 1st.
That's because he doesn't pay his rent on time, you know.
Go ahead, Frank. Get me that number. Oh, boy.
Hello, operator. Operator. Get me Whitehall 41560.
So fun.
Hello? Hello, I want to speak to Mr. Mackerel.
What a jerk.
Hello, is this you, Max? How are you, Max?
Must be something wrong here someplace.
I'm glad to hear it. How's Mrs. Mackerel? Come on, answer me. Don't flounder around. Oh.
Well, what do I do now, Jack?
Forget the whole thing. He knows every fish in town, I think.
Yes, Mac. My orchestra's pretty well filled up, but I could use another bass and a flute.
Maybe you'd use another pickerel player.
Wait a minute, Mac. Wait a minute. Mary Livingston wants to talk to you. Here you are, Mary.
The whole thing sounds fishy to me. Hello? Say, there's nobody on this wire.
April Fool.
It's all your fault, Jack.
Oh, well, it's all in fun, Mary. You know, don't get sore. It's a double cross, you know. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't mean it that way, but that's the way it turned out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction of this program. Tonight, we are going to offer that great and oft-repeated eternal triangle where two men are in love with one woman. You know those plays where a woman likes a fella, but her husband is an awful pest and hangs around the house too much. This play of ours is really a blackout. And to you people who are not familiar with the language of the theater, a blackout is a scene in which the lights go out on the finishing punchline. So when you see the lights go out in this studio, the scene will be finished. Or you can put the lights out in your own home. Or if you happen to be sitting in the bathtub, just turn off the water. This blackout will be played immediately after Frank Parker's song, which is entitled The House is Haunted, from the New Follies. Answer that, Mary.
Okay. April Fool, you big polluter. Well, he didn't fool me that time.
And you are not fooled when you buy the 1934 Chevrolet.
None of us were fooled. We knew that was coming, huh? Oh, Mary, who was that on the phone?
Father.
Sing, Parker, sing. And now for our blackout, the Eternal Triangle, played by the husband, Lionel Havrilla, the wife, Kathleen Livingstone, and the lover, Clark Denny. Curtain. Music.
Gee, darling, you always have to go to Boston on business. What kind of a guy are you anyway?
I don't have to go to Boston, dear. Who said anything about Boston?
Oh, yeah? Well, you're going to Boston. It's 10:20 now, and if you hurry, you'll catch the 12 o'clock train.
But what am I going to do in Boston? I have no reason to go there.
For my sake, will you please go to Boston? I'll pack your bag. Here are 3 shirts, 2 pairs of socks, your toothbrush. And look, I bought you a straight razor so you won't cut yourself. All ready, darling.
Now, listen, dear. I'm going to bed.
You're going to Boston.
But I have no business in Boston. Besides, I don't know a soul there.
Well, you'll meet somebody. Goodbye, Lionel.
All right, then. Goodbye. If I must go to Boston, I must.
Hurry, or you'll miss that 12 o'clock train. Goodbye.
Goodbye, dear.
I'm going to miss my man. I'm going to miss my man. Oh, Fifi. See, madame. Peel me an egg. Okay. Boy, it's lonely without my Lionel. I'm going to miss my man. I'm going to miss my man. Come in.
Hello, darling. Has he gone?
Yes, the big brute. He went to Boston, I hope. And he left me all alone. What did you bring me, sweetheart?
Some flowers here.
Flowers? That's all you ever bring me.
But they're beautiful, dearest. Roses. Don't they smell wonderful?
Oh, I'd sooner have a diamond ring and it don't have to smell so good.
Why speak of diamonds when the situation calls for love?
Oh, Fifi. See, madame, what is it, please?
Are you a French maid?
Oh, yeah, sure. I come from Paris. You see, she's been working for Jack Pearl.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Fifi, 2 for 2. And it don't have to be tea.
Yes, Fifi, I'll take a ham sandwich and it don't have to be cheese.
I I'm sorry, ma'am, but we have no tea or ham.
Well, what have you got in the kitchen?
Just the ice, ma'am.
Well, bring in some cracked ice.
Yes, sir. Sure enough.
She must have worked for Amos and Andy, too. Tell me, darling, do you love me?
Well, you know I do.
And how about a little kiss?
Okay, and it don't have to be little.
Who's that?
I don't know, but if it isn't my husband, it'll spoil the play.
Gee, but you're beautiful. You know you're getting prettier every day.
Oh, that's just because you love me, sweetheart.
Are you sure that's your husband?
Of course it is. He always misses the train to Boston.
But supposing it isn't your husband?
And then you better take the train.
That was cute, you little pudgy wudgy you.
Oh, my ducky wucky.
She's getting a bit annoying, dear.
Well, maybe you better hide, sweet.
In the same closet?
Yes.
I'm tired of that same old closet. I always come out smelling a mothball.
All right. Keep your shirt on.
I've got it on. Open the door.
Oh, he makes me sick. How about a rubber bridge?
Oh, not now. I think you better hide. Hide behind that radio.
That's it. I'll hide behind the radio.
Come in, darling.
Well, dear, I missed my train.
Oh, I'm so glad, sweetheart. I was terribly lonesome.
You were, eh? Well, I heard someone talking in this room.
Here's the cracked ice, man. Thanks, you're fired.
Oh, I knew I heard someone talking in this room.
Well, it was the radio. I was listening to the Chevrolet program.
I like that program, too. Put it on again.
Oh, never mind, dear. Now that you're here, I'd rather talk to you.
I want to hear that Chevrolet program. Tune it in.
Oh, all right. There it is.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. Remember the fellow with the witty jokes and funny plays?
Gee, he talked so nice and clear, you'd think he was right here in this room.
Yes, I would think that.
And the sketch we have tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is called East Lynn, which comes to you through the courtesy of
Chevrolet.
Yes, Chevrolet. The most dependable car in the low-price field.
Isn't he swell? I must write to Jack Benny and tell him how much we like him.
That's a good idea. And when you write, send him his hat and gloves. He left them here on the table.
Blackout, folks.
Play, Frank. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as this is the last program in our Chevrolet series, I want to say it has been a real pleasure being associated with Chevrolet and the members of this company. And, Frank.
Yes, Jack.
I want to tell you how much I've enjoyed working with you and the boys.
Well, thanks, Jack. I feel the same way. And this being the last of our broadcasts together, I was just wondering if, could you let me have those $10 I loaned you when the series first started?
What 10, Frank?
I forget what kind of a 10 it was, but nevertheless you borrowed it from me.
When, Frank? When?
When we first started. Of course, I hate to ask you for it, but after all, it isn't a war debt.
Well, I don't remember the incident, Frank, but if you say I owe it to you, why, here it is. I mean, what's $10 in my life?
Thanks. I hope this won't interfere with your health.
Well, no, it won't. Well, so long, Frank.
Good luck to you, Jack.
Thanks. There's one $10 bill going out of circulation.
Say, Black. Yes, Aloys. I want to tell you that it's been a real pleasure working with you all these months. The pleasure was all mine, Aloys, and I wish you the best of luck. Oh, thanks, Frank. But this being the last of this Chevrolet series and not knowing where you live, I thought we'd straighten things out a little bit. What's on your mind, Aloys? Remember that day you borrowed 10 from me to buy some music or something? I don't remember borrowing a $10 bill from you.
Probably was 2 5.
But if you say I owe it to you, Aloys, here you are. Well, thanks, Frank. I knew you'd remember it. If you hadn't brought it up yourself, I'd never mentioned it. I still don't remember it.
Funny how he remembers mine.
Aloys. Yes, Parker? This being our last broadcast together, I just thought that maybe... Here, Parker, and thanks for the loan. Rat. Well, there really was no hurry.
No, you should have seen him snatch it, folks.
Oh, Parker.
Yes, Mary?
You know, this is the end of the series.
Looks like the end of that 10-2, Parker.
See how the weeks have flown by. Remember, Parker, when we went out to dinner one evening and you were a little bit short and you asked me if,
Sure, Mary, here you are.
Oh, well, after all, there was no hurry, you know. We're both young.
Well, that's all right. It's all right. I'm glad it's off my mind. Oh, Mary. Mary.
Yes, Jack, I remember.
Mm.
I just knew I couldn't keep this $10 bill long.
But, Mary.
Here it is, and keep still.
Well, I guess we're all straightened out. Our last program. Is everybody satisfied?
I don't know. I still think I'm out $10.
Yippee!
You said it.
Well, folks, I guess we're all square now.
Wait a minute. You may be square in the studio, but how about me? What's the matter with me?
Wait a minute. What's this? What do you mean, what's it? Who are you?
Eddie Canada.
Why, Eddie, listen, I'm glad you came up. I have your 10 right here waiting for
It's
you.
about time. Now, listen, Jack, what about that necktie? You know I just loaned you that for the Sunday night broadcast.
Well, Eddie, listen, I can give you back your tie here.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And what about that suit you're wearing?
Well, I thought you gave me that suit.
Why should I give you a suit that Jimmy Wallington can wear? You know
Well, listen, I'm not going to take off this suit right in this studio.
Well, that's all right. You can give it to me later. And listen, Jack, confidential.
Yeah.
Tell Mary that Ida wants that dress back, will you?
All right. Is there anything else, Eddie?
No. Play, Frank.
Fine neighbors. Yeah. Fine neighbors we have in this studio. It's the last time I'll drink coffee. The last program in the Chevrolet series. And again, I want to thank everybody on this program and Chevrolet for a most enjoyable and happy year on the air.
Me too.
See you shortly, folks. Good night.